Us into live. So we should be going live here in a sec. I think we're live here. We are live, I think.
Pika!
Yeah, I believe we are live now. Those are actually really cool. Those are really awesome.
No, they really are.
I love them.
I really got to give Henry some credit for these.
So to go with this live stream, we are just friends hanging out, talking. We were literally talking before this live stream started. You guys didn't miss out too much. I just wanted to make sure that Ren showed what he was showing us. But what's going on, Legion of Zen? I have Minuteman Ren here with me. I've got Epic Tube HD Harley over here as well. We may have a fourth person joining us here at some point later. It's a mystery who it will be. But it should be fun. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about Pokemon, how Pokemon stuff's going. We're just gonna hang out and just talk about whatever we want at this point. And of course, we are going to, talk about whatever you guys want to talk. Also, drop some questions in the chat. Whatever you guys want to hear us talk about, we could definitely do that. What's going on, Ren and Harley? How you doing, guys?
Good.
Hey, good. So far, so good.
Awesome. Seeing we got Ben is hanging out here. Ben, Artemis. We got High 187, Flare Knight Reborn. What's going on, Flare Knight Reborn? Hopefully you received that PSA card that you bought from me. Let me know. And Coleccionista is in here as well. What's going on, amigo? So we got quite a few peeps.
Yeah, you got a good little audience going already.
Yeah, we got quite a few peeps in here. So pretty good stuff. We are going to be doing also in the chat, let us know if you hear everybody okay, if we're all good, if our volumes are good. Just let us know, because I know it gets weird sometimes. Awesome.
Setting up the window here.
Yeah,
so window set up here.
I'm happy to hear that PSA card got to you. Okay, there, Flare Knight. He actually just bought a card from my website, so
nice.
I sent that over to him. Yeah, really cool. Ben, yeah, absolutely. Share the stream out with people. Share it with your friends and get them in here. So one of the first things I want to do is I want to do the giveaway for the first partner collector's binder. We had 4 entries into that particular giveaway. That video didn't really take off too much. It was kind of weird because it was like Burning Shadows and Evolution stuff. You would kind of think that people would be into that, but it is what it is. But I'm going to do the giveaway here at the very beginning. And then since the giveaway is closed at this point, I think it would probably be best to do that.
It's too late for me to enter?
It is too late for you to enter, and you are forbidden from entering as well.
You're just too slow, my man.
All right. So we got the train on, hashtag train on was what was needed for the giveaway. Here's the URL to that video. And we had 4 unique comments. So let's see who the winner. That was not it, was it? No, I clicked the wrong one. There we go. So the winner is Yeri Y. Train on with thumbs up. So Yeri Y, make sure you reach out to me. You can either reach out to me on Instagram, shoot me an email. My email's in the description of all my videos. You can shoot me an email or Twitter, and we'll get you squared away with the binder, first edition binder with the Pikachu in it. So I'll send that your way, and I'll just ask you to verify who you are once you reach out to me. So Yeri, if you would, make sure you contact me. All right. So
congrats on the win as well.
Yes, congratulations.
Absolutely. All right, let's see here. So big shout out to High187, who is a member of the channel. Also, big shout out to EpicTube HD, who's a member of the channel, and Sudon Segment also is a member. So appreciate you guys and the support. You guys are awesome.
So let me cut in real quick. What does a member of the channel mean?
It means that they've joined the Legion of Zen. They've got a membership in YouTube. Basically, they have early access to my videos. They also have some special videos that I put out specifically for members. And, they get access to those. Usually it's stuff that's behind the scenes, like, I'll receive some mail, some stuff that I ordered, and I'll show that. Once I get enough members, I'd like to start doing Q&As. That would be really awesome for members to send me questions, stuff for me to answer. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be. That'd be sweet. Is that a free thing, or is it like a Patreon membership type deal?
It's a tactical move on my part, just so you know.
Well,
strategy.
So it's funny because I used to have a Patreon, and I got rid of the Patreon just because it was difficult to get people to go to Patreon and join up, right? Whereas once I became a monetized channel, I was able to do the membership through YouTube. Now, YouTube does take a nice chunk of the proceeds, but
of course,
it's easier. It's easier, and there's if you look at right under this video, there's a join button, and you could join there. I've got 2 different tiers, so if you don't want to pay too much, there's a cheap tier, and then I've got the more expensive tier as well.
Yeah.
With extra perks. So it looks like Ren's kid.
Yeah, my son was coming to tell me goodnight.
Oh, nice.
He's going to bed. It's his bedtime.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Absolutely.
So I see the bots are working overtime tonight, huh?
What's that? What
the
happened?
bots are working overtime.
Oh, are they hitting us with dislikes?
Yeah, we got 2 dislikes. It might be my ugly mug too. I came in here late. And
that was me early. That was me. I saw you and I said, this guy's got to be here.
Well, we had one before the stream even started, like 30 minutes before. So I'm not too worried about it. Whatever.
It's the goblins, man. They're like, no codes.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point with the dislikes that I don't even care. I don't care. And
it's still, it still clicks. It's still interactions.
Yeah, it's interactions.
A lot of I would say this, give some advice to starting content creators is don't get hung up on that. Just do your thing. Let it be. A lot of the dislikes and stuff like that are actually bots. They're not, they're set up by a real person, but they're set up to give you that instant dislike as soon as the video comes up.
Yeah.
What ends up happening is YouTube eventually purges those accounts and those dislikes go away. So just a quick little thing for new content creators. Don't get hung up on that. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It truly isn't.
But it secretly is, but it isn't.
Well, it's one of those things that, like, at first you're saying, like, man, why are people disliking my videos? What am I doing wrong?
Especially as a smaller channel, like you see that and it's kind of like, why? I thought I was a likable guy, but then you kind of get over it at some point. You're just like,
yeah,
whatever.
Exactly.
So what's on the plate for tonight?
So I was just thinking we talk. We can talk Pokemon. We talk what's going on with Pokemon. I know that's a hot topic right now. There's a lot of controversy with it right now. I guess we could get started with something in that area.
How about we start off with the number one topic that's been in the Pokemon community this week, the Frosted Caribou video.
Which you're coming in hot with that, man.
Ooh, well, that's everywhere you look. That's
right on into the fire.
Everywhere you look, it's the first thing everybody's talking about. Everybody's talking about the video.
You're 100% right.
Everybody's talking about, you know, the quality of the video, the premise behind the video, the overall goal of it. You know, did it make a point? Did it not make a point? You know, did it ruffle feathers? Did it not ruffle feathers? So it seems like that's a great starting off point, I think.
Yeah.
Well, first, before we do that, I want to thank Toxic Crow Gaming and his 75 children for the $10 super chat.
wait.
I appreciate it, my friend.
Knocks him out.
It.
I feel like I missed something with the 75 children thing.
It's a running joke with Harley where every time Toxic Crow Gaming shows up to a stream or something like that, we tack on more kids.
That and Momo.
And Momo also, yeah. So,
but anyways,
nice.
yeah. So I'll start it off, I guess, since I brought it up.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the Frosted Caribou video? Ren?
I liked it. I mean, there's always the element of she still sits higher than us because she's sponsored, you know, and she's monetized and all that. So there's always going to be, you know, some kind of element where she's not exactly on our level. But overall, I think she brought up some really good points. And I really like the fact that somebody who's decently, you know, popular and rapidly growing is kind of seeing the things from the average collector's perspective.
Yeah.
And what do you think? Why do you think she has an average person's perspective? Let's ask.
Personally, I think it's because she's a player.
Great point.
It keeps things realistic for them. So if you look at some of the people that I think she was kind of, I won't say attacking because I don't think she was necessarily attacking anybody, but some of the people she was highlighting as a problem, you know, like Leonhardt, like Real Breaking Nate. I mean, I would even probably throw like Max Mofo in there, you know.
Randolph
people,
from the UK.
Yeah, Randolph, exactly. These people who just collect to collect because that's something they love, and there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
But I think she kind of sees it differently because as a player, you got to keep up with the modern sets, right? Like you can't keep playing the game. I mean, you could, but you're eventually going to get washed out with new decks that are better in the meta than what you currently have. And eventually, if you don't keep up enough, your deck's going to end up not even being a real deck because you can't play in the standard format anymore when they rotate certain sets out. So I think that's like one of the big reasons why she was kind of able to see things from our perspective, even if it's just a little bit.
Zen, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good, a well-made video. I thought that the documentary style that she used for the video was really, really good. I liked it. I enjoyed the overall aspect of the video. You know, I think that she did bring up, like Ren said, she brought up some really good points. And, you know, one of the big things is that there's, you know, in my opinion, there's a lot of blame to go around, and there really is. You know, there's a lot of things that are currently wrong. And she touched on some of those points. I think there's more of a problem with the scalping than there is with the content creation side, but I'm not discounting the fact that the content creation and the big channels that are buying up all of this product and monetize from it is also hurting in some way, just because they're bringing to light, you know, Pokemon in a bigger way, and which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it is, it's the hype that's bringing people into it, right? And then you've got, you know, the Logan Pauls that are just huge, and they're the ones, you know, that are putting the spotlight more on Pokemon. Again, you know, there's blame to go around for everybody, in my opinion. Whether you're big YouTuber, small YouTubers. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. We have some influence as well, even though we have smaller channels. We have some influence, you know. For example, with the Korean, Harley.
I still hear you. I'm gonna have to do that. This is my backup camera. I'm gonna have to do it every like 15 minutes or something. It won't turn off.
Yeah, it's all good. You know, like we were talking about earlier, but like for example, my Korean videos, I open up a lot of Korean stuff, and I get comments almost daily of people saying they want to buy Korean cards because they watched my videos. Where can they buy them? Where can they find them? Especially now with like the English stuff being hard to get, they're like, well, what's something that I can collect? What can I find that's at a decent price? And so even though our channels are smaller, we do have some little bit of influence even on the community as well. You know, but you know, my focus on this whole thing is more on like the scalping. I think that's a bigger issue. And but going back to Frosted Caribou, I thought her video was very good. There was one of the gripes that I did have with the video was kind of a little bit of a hypocritical one where, you know, like she was talking about monetization and making money and this and that. And then literally right after she said that, there was an ad. Like, I mean, I get it. I get it. You know, listen, I got ads on my videos. I got ads on my streams. I totally understand that. But it was kind of like one of those things where she drove, you know, home a point, and then right after it, there was an ad. And I was like, well, that kind of just, you know, like,
Yeah.
it was just weird. It was weird to me. It was weird to see it. It was like, okay. And again, hey, make your money. I'm good with that. I don't want to stop anybody from making their money. I made a video on the state of Pokemon. I'm probably not going to release it since we're talking about it here, to be honest with you. But, you know, one of the big things that I wanted to talk about was, you know, not buying from the scalpers. You know, let's make sure that we're not buying the stuff from these people that are inflating the prices. And I think that's the biggest thing that we need to do to fix what's currently going on. But at the same time, you know, like I don't want to stop anybody from making their money unless they're trying to scam people. And quite frankly, I think that scalpers are doing just that in a way. You know, they've inflated the prices to a point where they're doing that. And sadly, you guys know it. Sadly, LGSs are doing the same thing. All the resellers online are doing the same thing because they're seeing the scalpers make all this money and they want a piece of the pie. And, you know, it's sad to see that, to be honest with you.
Oh, it is. All
excellent points. Yeah.
So my local game shop actually was kind of one of the first ones to kind of jump on board I would say in my immediate area, which is like the Detroit, Michigan type area. When Champions Path dropped, they were dropping those ETBs for like $70, $75, right? People stopped buying from them. Nobody wanted to pay that price because it's kind of absurd to pay $25 more for an ETB that should only be $50, right? So they ended up not, like, even the scalpers weren't going to them to buy their stuff, even though they were still selling at, you know, $100, $120. So they were losing out on a lot of their Pokemon business, which makes up like half of what that's like half of their market right there, right? So mix that in with the pandemic, you know, already not getting a lot of customers, not allowing people to come into the store physically, having to shop online, you know, all of those factors combined, they started losing out on a big chunk of money. And I actually got, you know, to know my local card shop here pretty good, and they kind of let me in on that. And so I was like, look, you know, if you just start dropping the prices back down, at least close to the MSRP, I bet you people will start coming back and buying the stuff because people don't want to pay the absurd prices for the product. Like a lot of people, maybe not even a lot, but I would say there's a good chunk of people out there that are okay with just passing up this set to move on to the next one, or okay with playing the wait game, you know, for a year until the ETP prices drop or something, right? Mm-hmm. So they kind of took that advice and they dropped them down to $60, and they started getting some people to trickle back in, and then they dropped them back down to MSRP, which was $50. And now they've been selling so much of it, they have to put the limits out. Even for like Shining Fates, for example, They got, I think, like 6 cases. So what is that? 36 ETBs, and they were gone within the first hour, like sold out, and one per person, one per customer. So they had 36 different people within the hour that they got their stock lined up selling stuff. So, I mean, that it obviously works to keep people happy. Like it should be about keeping your customers happy as much as it is making your money back. And I don't know. I wish more of these game stores would kind of realize that and jump back on that train.
Well, it's something that we're seeing, like even on Twitter, for example. I was on Twitter the other day, and Total Cards posted that they had restocked something. And if you look at all of their comments, I mean, they're getting ratioed. They're getting ratioed because people are fed up with the fact that they've increased their prices to scalping prices. And they're not the only ones. You got Chaos, you got all these, like there's a lot more stores doing that than there are not doing it. See what I'm saying? So it's like I can't even name all of the stores that are doing it because it's so many of them.
It's almost all of them at this point.
It is almost all of them, and it's it's bad because there's always going to be people that are going to buy. I have a friend that went and just bought a $50 Shining Fates Pikachu box, and it was like, okay, well, but why? It's like, oh, well, because it's not anywhere else. And it's on the screen right now. High187 saying it, FOMO. Everybody who has that fear of missing out. They don't want to miss out on the product, and they're willing to pay the extra price. There's some people willing to do it. There's some people that aren't. I saw a comment earlier from I think Steel Sand Gaming. Here it is. I'm not going to pay those prices. I'll wait. And quite frankly, I think that's what we need to do as a whole. And I'm not saying let's not I'm not saying don't buy Pokemon cards ever again. I'm saying don't buy Pokemon cards from these inflated prices, whether it be a legitimate reseller, or whether it be a LGS or a scalper. If you can wait, look, as a content creator, I'm passing up on stuff, and I need stuff to open in order to open up for the channel so that my viewers can watch me open stuff. When there was plenty of product on, out there, I was buying a bunch of it. I was buying, cases of booster boxes, but there was plenty to go around, so it wasn't an issue. I've stopped doing that. Ever since, the cards became so scarce that it's very difficult for people to get it. I've limited everything that I'm buying to make sure that I'm not just being greedy and buying everything up. Because I want to make sure other people are getting some as well. So I opened up Shining Fates. I had 3 tins from Shining Fates and 2 ETBs. I bought those from the Hydro Pump. They had the stuff, and I could have bought more if I wanted to, but I was like, well, this is what I'm gonna buy. I haven't gotten any more Shining Fates. I mean, I do have another order coming in now, but it's not a lot, and I'm just passing up on it. Normally I would have bought a lot more. This time around, I'm just, I'm going to buy less and let other people get some. In my opinion, that's better.
Well, how do you guys feel? How do you feel her video is impacting the current community? Right now, her video has 92,000 views on it. Quite a few thumbs downs too, surprisingly. But how do you think her video is impacting the overall community?
So I think a lot of people are sympathizing with it. I mean, even for me, for example, she made a lot of good points that I thought came from somebody like my perspective, right? It's just generally hard to get product. It's not that it's impossible to get product. It's very, very difficult. And nobody wants to pay the inflated price. Like nobody wants to pay the scalper price, and everybody wants to say it's a free market. We can do this. Just accept it, move on type deal. But that's not how it's supposed to be. My thing is, at the end of the day, it goes back to these cards are for a game. It's a trading card game. It's not a collector's game. and it's really been turning into that. And I think that's why I enjoyed the video, and I really agreed with a lot of what she said, is because at the end of the day, it's a game, and it's a game geared towards like kids, towards family, like that's just what it is. But most of these people, like Scalpers, for example, they're just buying it up for people who want to collect it. They just want to rip something open. They want to see that Charizard, it's not necessarily for the game. I mean, think about it. Last year, or even in 2019, all the cards that were expensive, that were worth anything besides Charizards, because that's like the one thing, you got to remove from the equation here. All the cards that were expensive or worth money were because they were super playable in the game. Not necessarily because they had collecting value, but it's because they did something in the meta. They were something everybody wanted in their deck. So to me, that's just kind of, she's really reaching a lot of the players and the people who are interested in the game in that way. And, like you said, she got a lot of thumbs down on that video. I think a lot of that's from, those content creators, or those, big guys, or the people who generally, even in the midst of this pandemic, still have a good financial life, right? Like they can still afford to do things. A lot of Americans, let's just say Americans right now, because I don't really know, broad spectrum, but a lot of Americans were hurt by the pandemic. But some of them have learned to play the system, like doing the unemployment while then going and buying cards and scalping them on the side for the same exact, exactly what they're making weekly from unemployment. And they're already making, like 2 times more than what I make as I work, 40, 50 hours a week. So that's been the difficult part of it. And then to see them just be like, it's not that hard. You can go find it. And that's kind of one of the big points I think she was attacking is, no, it's not that easy to go find. And nobody wants to pay these inflated prices because you set it at that. Just because you showed up to the store 6 hours before, before they stocked the shelves, as soon as the store opened, and you have no real job, you were able to get them. It's not the case for everybody. So
let's bring this point into it, just because I've seen it said in the comments, and I see 187 actually has mentioned it. So we're saying she cares for the hobby and everything, and her point was to drive home certain points to it. But was it not hypocritical, though, to add the ads in the video after calling out YouTubers as really pretty much she called out YouTubers as being the main reason for the beginning of the push? So did you not find it hypocritical that she added the ads in there?
Yeah, I think it was a bad move for sure. I kind of don't. So I'm kind of stuck on that fence of like, yeah, it looks bad. It's not a good look. If she would have just turned off monetization for that video, I think it would have been a golden video, right? But at the same time, it's kind of like, if that were me, would I do it? Would I want the monetization from that video? And I probably would.
I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. Like, I have live streams that are 3 hours long, and I might put 3 ads in it max. Like, I've never considered making a video, whether it's an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, and then say I'm going to put 10 ads in there. It just seems like a lot. That's just the way I saw it. But I mean, I don't think that was the biggest issue. I think that, like I said, she drove home some really good points. She did talk a lot of things that needed to be said. She said them. Some people might be butthurt about them. We know that a video was made by Randolph Pokemon. I think he put it out today. Yep. And he was defending himself because, Frosted Caribou put him in that video. There's people that are going to be butthurt, especially if they got targeted, those bigger channels, which she was targeting. And, was she wrong? I don't think she was wrong. I just think that, like I said, the focus shouldn't be on those, like bigger channels, really.
Well, this has been
But
something
that's just
we've
my
been.
thought.
This has been something we've talked about for the week, and I told you guys that I'm going to do a reaction video to that, and I'm going to add now something for the Randolph thing. But I definitely feel that, to me, I didn't agree with her on half the video. I watched the whole video. In fact, I've watched it a few times. I have a lot of issues with the video. I feel there's a lot of hypocrisy in the video. It's if you're going to stand on that ground, you gotta be able to stand on that ground and be able to include yourself in that ground. Now, if you want to call out and you're going to do it, well, then the best thing I think she should have done was not add ads. My personal opinion, when she used other people's work, and some of it was out of context for some of the YouTubers, that, in my opinion, and I just don't feel that you can't come up here right now, buddy. Stay down. I just feel that I really think, for me, the video would have resonated more had she not put the ads in, because as content creators, all of us right here and a bunch of us in the chat and a bunch of our friends and things like that, she took aim at all of us, saying it's all of our faults for the reason of the hobbies this way. I don't agree with this at all. So for me, I find it like, okay, well, if you're going to say that, well, let's just remember a few things. Like right now, you know, if you're going to talk about playing into, you're part of the problem, you're doing this stuff, you got it. Like I said, I think you got to have kind of I don't have a problem with doing those things, but you can't come out and like attack somebody and other people. And I felt like if I was one of the YouTubers, let's say she had put in the video, I'd be a little upset with it. Like, hold on here, you know, because we do know some of those YouTubers she used have received some negative feedback. If, you know, I watched Randolph's video today. He clearly got negative feedback, and he tried to explain himself. I'll go into that. We'll talk about that later on. That's another topic I think we should discuss. Is his
yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
But for me, I feel like the whole point was really lost because I think it was very hypocritical by putting the ads in there. I just feel like you can't call out the things you do. You said all the things she had brought up, the point she was driving home, and then it's like, oh, it's an ad, it's an ad, it's an ad, it's an ad. I just feel like it's just, you know, I hate hypocrisy. That's like, I have like, you know, you got your, your top beefs, you know, things that you can't stand in life, you know, things that bother you more than anything, you know. Hypocrisy is in my top 5. And I just hate that when people are being hypocritical about things. And it's like, okay, you know, I think the video as a filmmaker and as somebody who's in the film industry, I really thought she did a great job with the video. She's definitely got skills. I've said that since day one. I've watched her since before I think she had maybe a couple hundred subs when she first started. She changed over from what she was doing to what she's doing Pokemon. And so I've seen her grow and seen her stuff, and she's very, very talented with being able to, she knows how to stream. She's a good streamer. So on that aspect, she's really good. It was just a lot of things she said in the video really bothered me. Some of the things were great. I thought she did, you know, there were some points. I said, I'm not going to elaborate too much just because I said I've got my own thing that I'm working on, but not that anyone's going to watch it. We're not going to get her views, but it's
all 18 people that are watching this one.
Yeah. It's definitely a different side. I have a different view from what a lot of people have been saying. And of course, you guys know I'm the furthest thing from a flipper. I'm the furthest thing from a scalper. I'm none of those things. So, but I see things she said a little bit differently. One of my biggest issues though is using other content creators' footage the way she did it. As a filmmaker, I'm not so much a filmmaker. I'm more on the other side of the camera, but I know filmmaking, and I feel she should have used a lot less, not as much. I just feel like you're using other people's work to make a buck. That's my biggest issue. She used a lot of other people's work to make this video, which is making her money, and that's where I'm like. And then you called them out on it while you're making money on it. So that's my biggest beef of the video, honestly, is that. And hey, everybody's up for grabs. I mean, you know, look at everybody who used the whole Logan Paul videos to make a video. So I understand we're all, hey, even us little guys, we're susceptible to being used. Other people could use us. You know,
I didn't put Logan Paul in any of my thumbnails. Jesus.
Yeah, I
missed out. I missed out on that. I should have done that. I should have put Logan Paul on all my thumbnails, even if like it had nothing to do with him.
The popularity rise is not worth it.
Hey, look, I've seen some thumbnails.
And but it's okay because you're doing the YouTube thing. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
But you know, it all depends. I mean, just all depends, you know. But that's kind of my take on it for now. But I've done my homework. I have notes on her video. I have notes on Randolph's video. Again, when we talk about Randolph, I'll delve into a few things I thought about that as well. But yeah, so I guess go ahead.
I think Mudpie makes a really good point here. None of us are immune from detection of hypocrisy at one point or another. I mean, that's very true. You know, everybody is a hypocrite at some point or another. That's just the way it is.
Let's just remember a hypocrite is from 0 to 100, no doubt.
Yeah.
But
right.
Someone who's maybe 1 to 10 being a hypocrite compared to someone who's going all the way to the top of it is a big difference there, in my opinion. And I feel she went all the way to the top.
Yeah.
In my opinion, she did. You know, yeah, we're definitely all hypocrites to a large degree in a lot of things. I mean, it's hard not to be honest with you in some things, but I think our group here has kept our foot down in a lot of things that we've discussed that we're not going to go into as far as making content. I'm talking about, you know, those things I guess we could talk later on in the video about. But
we were joking the other day with your Charizard pull, and I was like, well, how come you didn't make your thumbnail, you know, $3,000 PSA 10? And I think you just changed it to that.
Look at it now.
Yeah,
just messing around. I know you did that, you know, to mess around, but also because the fact that your channel is right now in a pretty bad state. YouTube's really hurting it. And I mean, that's pretty sad to see, but like, you know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to get the clicks, right? So if you got to put that PSA 10 Charizard on there, go for it.
Well, that's where we have stood tall on is that we haven't been doing that.
Right.
We haven't been doing what some of our other friends have been doing. I mean, we haven't been going those routes, and they're succeeding, and some of us aren't. And you know what? That's fine. They can do it. That's their choice. And, you know, but, you know, I changed my thumbnail today for the specific thing of saying, hey, if my video I told you guys, if my video didn't meet a certain amount of views that it used to get 8 months ago before my channel was hit, I'm going to change this over and let's see if YouTube's algorithm picks it up and takes it. That's the reason why I changed that thumbnail today to the way I did. You know, heck, what was the video I did that I got a DM on about clickbaiting? And I said, it's not a clickbait. I put a question mark. There's a question mark. It doesn't mean, it was a
vivid voltage.
Yeah. Did I pull?
Yeah.
Did I pull? I pulled the 25th anniversary cards out of the Vivid Voltage build and battle boxes, but I had a question mark on it. And I was like, so it was bordering the line of clickbaiting, but it was a question. It wasn't, I did it. Because at the time, people who were opening build and battles were pulling those French McDonald cards out of them. So it was a question mark. But I got a DM from, you know, somebody in our community who was really upset at me for doing that. I never expected you to do that. And hey, you know what? I apologized to him and I said, you're right. I went and I changed it around a bit. And, you know, that hurt my channel. I could have just did what you said. Like, hey, it's YouTube. We got to do what we got to do to get the clicks. But I respected that thought. And I was like, you're right. It's probably a little too borderline. I'm going to pull it back, you know? And that's what my channel's been taking a huge hit from YouTube. Real quick, so I can explain a little bit. So, you know, obviously a lot of you that know me know that we started off as a kids channel. We still are a kids channel. So I have my kids on here.
We don't say that word here on this channel.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So it's a small people's channel, and I have my small people on here with me, and I've been getting, I suddenly, my views got cut in half, literally cut in half. And I've been complaining about this since September. It's amazing how they just literally dropped off of the place of the planet. And then people were telling me I'm not getting your notifications anymore. My YouTube keeps turning off my comment section. And so that's why I've been going a lot more solo lately. And I've been trying to do other things, like Henry from Small Openings recommended that I do these things. And I've been doing those things and we're still getting hit. So, I did my thumbnail today to change around specifically to see if that algorithm is going to change it. But you can call it hypocrisy because I'm sitting here saying, let's not do these things. And then I go around to this day, but that's the small scale of it. I didn't go all out and go crazy. Like I'm saying, I think happened in Frosty Caribou's video.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not doing it while calling people out, so this is like on a large scale too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I agree. It was a really bad look. But does that change your opinion at all, though, if she were to go back and be like, oh, that was a mistake, let me demonetize or, uncheck that box so there's no more ads in it?
No, for me, it's too late.
The deal's done?
Because she worked in that video. I can tell you right now, she spent a lot of time on that video. I spend 6 hours on my YouTube videos. You guys see what I do. I know what it takes to edit a video. I mean, I use the same program she does. In fact, I think she might even use the top one, which is even more complicated to use. So I know she took a long time to do this video. She put a lot of thought into it, which means she should have really known if I monetize this video, is that going to hurt my message that I'm getting out there? And I feel like that's something you would have known right away. By not seeing that, then did you make the video for views specifically because you knew it was going to be a catchy video? Because we're in a hot topic time right now for that. I kind of feel that's the route she took, which is fine. I'm not going to lie here. I have nothing to lose by saying things, but I feel like she's definitely an opportunist. I think she is 100%. She's a game player. I started Pokemon in the very beginning and I couldn't even tell you how to play the game. Okay. I mean, I've played it, but I'm not good at it. I know how to play the game, but I'm not good at it. And I started in 1999 when it first came out. Remember, I was 24, 25 years old when it came out. I was a little kid. But since I watched her, she's gotten involved in the game. She goes to tournaments. She does things. So I have 100% respect for her because she is a true Pokemon game player. But I also truly believe she's also an opportunist. And she's taking advantage. As a YouTuber, it's our job to know the news, see what's going on. We were just discussing this earlier today. And that's something I lack on doing because I have a family and my responsibilities are very tight on what I can do, what I can't do. So it's hard for me to keep up with everything, but you got to be an opportunist at times as a YouTuber and take advantage of when something comes out, when Battle Styles comes out, when chilling, what's that called? Chilling Rain comes out. You got to be ready to, as soon as those guys start popping those cards off, we got to be ready to go with that stuff. That's kind of your job as a YouTuber to a degree, is to tap into those things. So being an opportunist is a part of being a YouTuber at the same time. So I'm not also, again, I know it sounds negative that I'm faulting her, but I would say she's 50-50 on that.
Well, maybe the only thing I would say is that, the opportunist thing is true because of the way that she went about doing it, whereas she was calling other content creators opportunists pretty much. And then she did the same thing with her video, like literally like after she said, they're trying to make money, she put an ad in there. And I was like, okay, well, that's kind of like, at least be a little more discreet about it. Is all I'm saying. I'm not saying don't monetize the video. I actually think it's fine that she monetized the video. I just don't think like to the extent in which she went about doing it. But it is what it is. I think overall, she said, like I said, she said stuff that needed to be said, whether you agree with it or not, and whether you take offense to it or not. You're going to always have people with differing opinions. Just like all three of us here, we may have some differing opinions. We may agree on a lot of things, and then there's certain things that we just disagree on. And there's nothing wrong with disagreeing. I think that that's something that right now is missing in society, is the fact that you can disagree with someone and still be friends with them.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm offended by what you said, and I don't think we could be friends anymore.
That's it.
I don't like your beard. Beard offends me. Dang it. There he goes again.
Your offends me. Stop it.
My beard is terrible right now. I need to do something about this.
But yeah, so I think that covers the Frosted Caribou part that we really wanted to discuss. I know we've all been dying to discuss it. Do we want to let no, I say no, never mind. Disregard what I'm about to say. Never mind.
Okay.
So anyway, what you take over, Zen.
Yeah. So I'm seeing some comments here. We're going to take a look at the comment section right here. Mudpie is making some good comments here. I did immediately notice that she shouldn't have monetized, but I can say 100% it wouldn't do the same. I try to overlook it. Yeah, it's something that can be overlooked. In all honesty, it can be overlooked. Just don't really think about it too much.
But it can go to this. But you can take that same exact saying and you can say it, and the scalpers can say it.
Right.
Well,
right.
Maybe I shouldn't sell that box for double the price, 100 for the ETB. But I mean, I can't say that I'm not going to because it's good money. There's no difference in that argument. And I'm not trying to say anything to Mudpie, but I'm more going back to her to Frosted and the message of her video.
Right.
It goes more to that hypocrisy. I told you the list of hypocrisy with her in that video for me goes from 0 to 100. There's so much involved when you really break it down and think about things. Again, I'm not saying that what she's saying is completely wrong. I'm saying half of it I think is wrong, but it's that aspect. It's that thought behind it. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I don't know if I can do, I don't know if I'm going to monetize that. I don't know. It's tough.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, no, it is. It's definitely a tough place to be. And I think about every single one of my videos that I make. I think about how many ads I want to put in there because I don't want to take away from the experience of what people are watching. So mostly my videos will have like 2 ads in them. Like, you have the starting ad and then you have like 2 ads in between and that's about it. But that's, that's pretty much it. Try to keep them to a minimum. Trainer Leo is asking
without that problem.
Well, you'll get there eventually. You'll get there. Trainer Leo Momo is asking, where is Sudon? Sudon may or may not be here a little bit later. He's working. So he may pop in. We don't know yet. There's a cattail.
What?
Hey, buddy, you're on TV. Say hi.
There you go, kitty.
He wants to go to bed. This is when I'm editing this time of night. He comes and plops right here, and I have to sit and hold him while I'm editing my videos. And he's one of 5 that do that crap to me. Well, not all 5 do it, but 3 of them do it to me.
Exactly.
Sounds like my cat too.
Hey, one of the big goals is to become a YouTube partner. I tell people all the time, I've been doing YouTube for a very long time. I'm going back to I think 2010. I have older channel. I have 2 older channels. When we started, we were paid right away for videos. I have a couple of videos that are up there that I got some nice little paychecks from back in the day. And in 2017, when YouTube decided to make all those huge changes and make it where you had to do the 4,000 and the 1,000, all that stuff, to me, they didn't make. I understand it was a lot of it came down to the Logan Paul incident, but they don't make changes like that because of one incident. This is stuff they were talking about doing.
So what you're saying is Logan Paul is at fault here again. There's a lot of Logan Paul.
It all stems to him.
Yeah,
hey, you know what? He honestly, truthfully, his hands have caused a lot of issues with a lot of things in society because of what he's chosen to do.
Not wrong.
But before that, though, YouTube was already looking at trying to figure out who they were going to play ads on because companies were already having an issue with several YouTubers. Their ads are being played on. And so, they were trying to figure out how to do that. But it's very difficult to become a partner now with YouTube and get paid for doing what you do and the hard work you put in. So I understand once you make it there, you do want to earn it. And it is a fun job. It's a job that we like to do. It's fun, and you want to get paid to do what you like to do, what you love to do. So I don't fault people who are trying to get paid for doing what they're doing. I just fault when you're making a direct message in regards to a specific topic. You got to be very careful what you're doing. There's some YouTubers who will not, they'll tell you, I'm not monetizing this video because I believe in doing this, that, and the other. And you're like, oh, well, okay, that's a stand-up thing, you know? I mean, there's a lot of YouTubers who do that. A lot of the bigger YouTubers will not monetize a video out of that respect. So,
all right, that quote's good.
That's a good one. Nightmare Pokemon says, I blame Collector Guru. I honestly think he was washing his Bitcoin through Pokemon TCG. Hey, listen, that, you know, he's probably going to,
I think we brought that up.
If he watches this video or whatever, which I doubt he will, but if he watches this video, I'm sure he'll have some negative comments in my comments.
You doubt he will? That dude, I can't believe the amount of people that guy responds to.
Yeah, well, he seems to be very insecure about, you know, himself. It's just
yeah,
very subtle. Yeah,
he's extremely insecure.
Let's be honest, he is, because, you know, I mean, he tries to defend himself like at every bit of criticism.
Yeah,
but when you're out there flaunting $100,000 in cash on your Instagram, you're gonna get criticism. Like, yeah. Hey, you know, well,
if you attract a large audience like that, no matter what you do, you're going to get criticism. I mean, you could be doing everything perfectly right, and somebody's going to be like, "I hate your success." Boom, criticism.
Oh yeah, so, there's always going to be that, but I think like with him, it's even more. It's magnified because of the way that he goes about doing things and showing off what he's got, and just like his demeanor is just the way that he interacts. Like I've, you know, just watching that debacle of a live stream that they had with Dumb Money. It was like, that was a mess. And
it was Dumb Money.
Hey, you know, I mean, you can't, if that's happening, you kind of have to just take the criticism at that point, you know? I mean,
well, he's an admitted opportunist too. He said it. I'm an investor. I'm dipping into all kinds of things, and he thought he was going to come to Pokemon. And you have to be knowledgeable about what you're getting into. And I mean, he obviously knows a little something about the market with Bitcoin and stuff, but it's
knowing something about Bitcoin and knowing something about Pokemon are different, though. I mean, Bitcoin is all investing in Pokemon. It's not.
Well, that's why he got burned. That's why he got burned, and then he lied.
He gets burned for dumb stuff because, like, come on, man. Yeah. It's like Grumpy just said. You know, he came out and he's like, you know, he's got the first General Mills Pikachu and it's worth $10,000. Dude, there's a General Mills Pikachu in every box of cereal. Like, come on, you know. Money. So yeah, it might be worth $10,000 if somebody's willing to pay the $10,000, but you can't claim it's worth $10,000 unless somebody's already paid $10,000 for it. See what I'm saying? Like, unless he paid $10,000 for it, and if he did, he's an idiot. I mean, like, he doesn't seem like an idiot. He seems like a smart guy because he's obviously very good at investing.
Yeah, he's successful.
He's very successful. I can't take, you know, I'm not going to take away from that, but
he's got more money than me. So I mean, what am I going to say?
But, you know, I mean, that's, yeah, he's doing,
at least he projects that he does.
He's doing something right. He's doing something right. High 187 says he thought he was the real life Lex Luthor.
I know. That was an awesome comment.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I mean, he straight up lied. Well, maybe he didn't lie. Maybe that's what the seller did tell him. But he claims to have known that seller on the Dumb Money video. He's like, yeah, I trust him. Yeah, I know him. I know this guy.
Well, I mean, maybe that is the case. Maybe he really, truly believed that it was a good box. You know, he had no idea.
You should play music right now. Dun, 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 dun.
No, man. This video is going to get demonetized. I need my money.
I'm sure you can find a fake one.
You're just an opportunist, Zen.
I got to make my money. Listen. What's up, Sudon, Sith Lord?
Cash money.
Heck yeah, look at this guy right here.
Cash money.
I like it.
This is my investment banker right here. Tell me, what am I investing in next, Sudon?
Plungers.
Listen, hey, everybody needs a plunger. Everybody needs a plunger.
Get
Hey,
two.
wait a second. NCPackbuster's in here. He was just live.
Where is
It
MC
was just
Backbuster?
He was just doing a live. He did.
He is there. Look at that.
Battle.
Sudab.
I can't remember the name anymore.
That's your new name, Sudab.
That's a new mistype. That's a new one.
Toxic Pro Gaming with another $10. Here's your money.
Holy cow, dude!
Dude, come on.
How are we
Looks like this to you, man.
How are we splitting that money up? Now, come on.
Yeah. You guys ain't seen a dime of that. No. Thank you so much, Toxic Pro Gaming. You really don't have to. Do appreciate it though. Thank you so much.
But that's
Sudon,
but I do think he lied on camera because he seems like I know the guy. I'm trust him. These boxes sat in a fireplace for years, and then his excuses afterwards were a bunch of stuff, and it's just like clearly you didn't really know the guy. I mean, not like you say you did, because
Yeah. Hold on a second.
So
The whole situation was a mess, though. It was bad.
I
It
think
was a train wreck.
I think he was too, Nightmare.
What a mess.
I think he was
What a mess.
too. I think he was. Yeah. I don't think there was anybody on that phone call. Like he immediately got off that table and raced and got his phone. He was. If you notice, he was talking like immediately after. If look at the video again, because I've watched so many people break that video down. As soon as the phone goes up to the ear, the video he's like already talking. Like you don't think there was going to be some rings there? Or like his Lex Luthor mug popped up in that guy's cell phone, and he went, "Oh, I better answer this." Knowing that I gave him a box. I mean, I don't know.
All right, hold on a sec here. Yeah, it's just some shitty stuff he's doing. I don't
I'm
like
just
that.
drinking water.
Yeah, I'm drinking water. I got a big old water cup.
I got a big old water cup.
Big old water
It's called the Big Golden Cup.
Nice.
I got a big golden cup too, right here. But there's nothing.
Yeah, go blue.
I'll censor it so you don't get it demonetized, but it's from the DEs.
And of course, I got my German
I'm sure that's okay.
mug from München,
Nice.
From who? Where?
from Munich, Germany.
Munich. Okay.
I have hand sanitizer.
Oh, nice.
Don't drink
That's
that.
important. That's important.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that's used for other purposes. So let's not get into that one.
It's really good at getting hard substances off.
That was a heck of a pun.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
I haven't seen the Frosted Caribou video.
Showed it.
I don't know who Randolph is. Pokemon Guru is he a player in Mortal Kombat? And who's Leonhardt?
Sudon, I'm almost jealous of where you are right now in life.
I don't watch those. I didn't watch the Logan Paul. I refuse to give him my
I
time.
didn't either. I watched clips of it.
I don't even want to do that. I haven't had time to look at the Frosted Caribou, just because I already get enough of that when I go to. Hey, look at that guy!
Yeah,
Hey,
It's a
What's
party
up,
now.
man?
sending
What's
links
going on, Adam?
everywhere.
I get enough of what she delivers through TikTok.
I'll be right back. I need to find a headset.
All right.
Get lost in that, especially in the thick talks. But I just haven't had time to watch it, and I don't think I want to at all.
Well, that's valid point.
Yeah,
I mean,
teach their own, right?
From what I've heard, I mean, if you don't want to see the ads, get Prime or Premium. It's a cheap service. I get it. I don't want to watch ads, but you still help your content creators, I guess. But it is hypocritical to do such things. I will say that. Like, just don't do that. That just feels like your advantage. And she knew. She had to know. This video is going to get tons of hits, and so why not monetize and get those hits?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
we're in a scary situation in today's world right now, we have to be, unfortunately, very careful of things we say because it's just the way the world is right now, unfortunately. But you know, there's a lot of opportunists out there, and they're taking advantage of their you know, I don't know how to say it, but they're just taking advantage of assets that they own, and they're growing that way. And then you can't turn around and yell at somebody else that might be trying to do something and do the same thing, but in a different form of an asset. So I know it might be, some people might understand where I'm going there, but if you do, then you know exactly what I'm saying. It's like it goes all back to the one single word, hypocrisy. You know, it's just, what level of hypocrisy are you on is the key. You know, if you stay low key on it, it's fine because, you know, it's hard not to be hypocritical about certain things. But if you're going all the way to that top, man, you gotta be clean. Like
Sudon, what are you investing in? What's your next venture outside of Pokemon?
Donuts.
You finally gonna get into that Digimon?
It's so hard to find it. It's at this point. I mean, they just released new expansions or add-ons of 1.5 and stuff like that, even just in the English set. But it's just so impossible to find it, just like Pokemon. I think they saw this. Game stores and other stuff saw this as a possibility of like scalping as well, because we have spoken before they even came out. There was boxes going for 2-3 times the value of what they were going to be released at. And then they underprinted the first set, and it's like, okay, well, I'd love to get into it. It's going to be a fantastic game once they have enough stuff. So I would definitely recommend getting into it because it's popular. It's a cool game. That's a lot of smoke. Just incense, folks. Just incense.
Yeah, some kind of incense, huh?
I have to. I have 6 cats. They stink.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, I mean, can't you just like wash them like dogs?
Have you ever tried to give a cat a bath?
Listen, you just got to do what you got to do. You got to force them into a bath.
Hey, I tell you what, Zen, I will lend you my cat. You can try to give him a bath.
I'll tell you what, I had a 65-pound lab mix that did not want anything to do with a bath.
That's what the cat looks right now.
So try giving a 65-pound dog a bath. That does not want to stand up at all. Like literally bricks on the floor. And you had to.
There he is. He's back. I was like, he disappeared on us. He didn't like it.
That's my dog when
there he
want
is.
To bring him inside.
Is the mic working at least?
Yeah. We hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
My next investment is cats.
Not much.
Saw you breaking some battle styles there.
I might have gotten a little bit today.
Nice.
Hey, the real question though is, did you get those building battles?
So building battles, from what I was told today,
Come on here.
are brick and mortar only.
Sir, I'm going to need you to set up shop in Michigan for me, please.
We are working on the brick and mortar store right now.
Well, you got Ohio. You got an Ohio over there. You can cross the border, Ohio.
So.
Who wants to go to Ohio for anything, for any reason whatsoever?
I completely agree with you.
Really, though.
I don't know.
No, my
What's over
local
there?
game store actually had some. I got one of them. They were limiting it to one per person. They had like the whole pre-release kit thing, but they sold out within that same hour they opened. So
yes,
I got the one. I'm satisfied with the one. I just want one sealed too for my collection. That's
again.
all I'm getting at.
I actually got from my LGS, which I wasn't too thrilled about the price, but I got for $30 one of those building battles, and then it did come with 3 extra packs. I wasn't too thrilled about the price because it's like that was a little inflated.
You said it was 30?
Yeah, it was 30, but I mean, it had the 3 extra packs also, so it wasn't like it wasn't that big of an issue for me.
Yeah,
30.
We don't like Ohio. We don't like Ohio.
That's right. Harley gets me. No, I think I told you guys though over the weekend too that there was I had to go out to Kalamazoo for my drill. The game shop there, the local game shop they had there, was trying to sell the sealed build and battle box, just one box, no extra booster packs, for $45.
Yeah.
I laughed at him on the phone because I thought he was joking. I thought he was just, being like,
Well,
oh,
the shop that me and Juice from Lootbox go to, they were trying to charge $60.
Woo, no, why?
Yeah.
That is ludicrous.
30's right with the extra packs. That's normally what a pre-release costs you. So
Right.
Yeah, the 30, I really didn't have a problem paying the 30 with the 3 extra packs. I mean, especially for a set that's, not really released yet.
Yeah.
Like I have no problem with that. But 45 for the box by itself, no extra booster packs, nothing. I'm sorry, that's way too much. Oh, is that the box you're going to send me?
not that one.
I think I'm waiting on one of those as well. Just saying. But yeah, so my OGS had them for 30 with the 3 extra packs, but then they said 35 for every extra that you wanted to buy. So I was like,
your bulk. Sorry.
what is that? NCPackbuster's bulk?
It's all the NCPackbuster bulk
right,
that
Adam,
I've got hidden
when?
under here.
There's another one of bulk too.
My God.
Wow.
The bulk I just showed up today too. I got rid of all the bulk in the house. It's gone.
Bulk.
Wow.
Whew.
Just in
Each
time
one
for
of
you to
those is
receive
full.
some more.
Just in time. So
That's
we
heavy.
ended up giving away 4 Shining Fates ETBs for bulk.
Nice.
That was all
That's really cool.
Stunfisk.
Did you get my mail, Sudon?
I didn't get mail from you. No. I haven't, not since the amazing box of Stunfisks.
There should be a smaller one coming.
I wonder. Well,
Shoot,
UPS
I-
is.
I did forget to show you something earlier. I took a screenshot of it and I forgot to send it to you. I'm trying to load this thing up so I can show you, but you're going to be very, very happy, I think, with this. I gotta pull it up real quick.
So, by the way, guys, whoever doesn't know that's actually watching right now, NCPackbuster,
It's actually watching.
and yeah, who's actually watching, the 20 people watching this crap, NCPackbuster and Golden War Turtle, they are sellers. I think there's some of the few left in the community that are still taking care of people, taking care of the community, and their prices are not inflated. So I definitely wanted to give them a shout out for that, because that's something that's lacking right now in the community. So big ups for that, guys. Appreciate that.
I appreciate that. We try. We piss our wives off with the amount. I mean, we work full-time jobs and then just do this on the side. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even go to stores, and if I'm going to make purchases, which I'm going to, apparently we're getting a stimulus. So, Adam, I'm going to be calling you. But yeah,
Is this an ad?
I don't even go to the hard box stores anymore. I just can't do it. Target's ridiculous. Walmart it smells like turnips. I won't go in there. I don't trust them to deliver it to me, so I'm going to go to a source such as this man here, because it's more reliable than going to an actual books or a local game store, which goes to my stores, like my Targets, my Walmarts, buys up all their stock, and then goes and sells it for 2-3 times the value. That's why I won't go buy comics at All Seas Comic Store here in Aurora, Colorado. I will not buy comics from them. I will not buy anything from them anymore. Not only did he say, who cares about old people dying, let Corona happen, but then they also started scalping like that. Don't do that for action figures, and don't do that for freaking comics and all that other stuff. You already make enough money. Sorry, you can't afford your Challenger. But
I'm sorry, but that is awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
So what was the next topic that we were going to discuss? I know we discussed the
I don't know.
Frosted Caribou thing.
I went to Walmart, and they no longer have cards. I think the only thing that they had was Magic. Like, they completely took out I guess they don't have anything else, so they just stocked up completely with Magic. So like the entire card section is just Magic. There was no like empty spots for other stuff. So I don't know
Hey,
if they.
you might want to start checking behind the service counters in like electronics.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I did. I walked the whole Walmart. I asked. Yeah, they just the Walmart that I go to had a very small card section to begin with, and then now they just like they said, well, we're only going to sell Magic. So, and then I went to Target, and Target was completely empty. All they had was 3 trainer toolkits and 1 starter kit of something. I don't even remember what it was, but it was completely empty. So hey, it sucks, man.
I'm surprised that they had the trainers toolkits there with the Unbroken Bond packs in there.
Well, I think they changed them out, didn't they?
Mm-mm.
Did they? Oh,
They're still
okay.
there. It was a single run.
Yeah, they had like 4 left. I was surprised, but at the same time, like I wasn't gonna buy any more because I already got 2.
I know from what I've been heard, I told one of the flippers those things were worthless. So I have them, but I never opened them because I was going to make a video with the boys. Since they know they play the game, I was going to have them go against each other with a toolkit each. We were going to make a video doing that. So I haven't opened one, so I didn't know what was in there. But I told one of our local flippers that I saw, I was like, yeah, no one's going to buy those because those have nothing in them. It's just a kit. So that's why they've been sitting on the shelves. I think the flippers don't think there's anything in them. Truthfully,
yeah, that's probably true.
I think there might be I'm trying to remember what they were. I totally forgot the Unbroken Bonds was in them because we went to buy a ton of them from the distributor and I just missed out.
Yeah, they had 2 of the Unbroken Bonds, and I think it was Unified Minds.
It wasn't
really Unified Minds in there.
It wasn't a Unified Minds in there. It wasn't that good because it would have lasted. It was a Sun and Moon base, and I think it was a Sword and Shield base that was in there with the UBB. I can't remember.
Quick, let's go check a YouTuber video that opened one.
Shameless plug. I did that.
He's going to go. Harley's going to go open
It might have been one of my last videos.
I feel like Unbroken Bonds isn't really not that popular of a set though right now, and maybe that's just me, but
it's just impossible to find, and it's gone up so high in price.
Well,
it's not worth the price of the box though. That's the reason why people didn't grab them.
Reason I'm saying is the last 2 weeks,
4 packs in here. But it doesn't say what they are.
So Walmart's been doing these, right? For $4.98, I think. So you get the Unbroken Bonds pack, and then it's like an EX or GX or something in here. They've been putting these out for the last few weeks in Unified Minds. I think there was some Ultra Prism, Unbroken Bonds, and then some of the newer like Sword and Shield sets. Mm-hmm. But these are like the only thing that people leave behind on the shelves anymore. And then, of course, you get some of the people that just want to have Pokemon cards. They come in, hours after the scalpers have hit, and they come and they buy out all the rest of these. Mm-hmm. I was actually given this by one of my buddies who knew I liked Pokemon, and obviously I wasn't there, so he bought me a couple. But I feel like they were only the Unbroken Bonds ones. He said they had the Darkness Ablaze, they had the Sword and Shield base set blisters like these that people just wiped out, and they left the Unbroken Bonds. So, like I said, maybe it's just the people around me don't know what is in Unbroken Bonds. I don't really know, but that seems to be the one set that everybody leaves behind.
Well, Mud Pie is saying she didn't have anything. She didn't have Unbroken Bonds in hers.
Yeah, they may have done a second one, just like the other ones that got screwed up that everybody went to track down, and I made the mistake because I think we bought something like 300 of them. But
you're about to hurt my feelings right now, aren't you?
The tag team tins that re-released were awful. So it was 2 team up like a Guardians Rising and Evolutions and something else in there.
Like the Mewtwo and Mew GX tins?
No, the first run ones, the one that had the Pikarom, that had the Celebi and Venusaur, and had the I can't remember what the hell the Snorlax and Eevee ones. They were re-released recently, right before the holidays, and they were Sun and Moon base. There was a Burning Shadows in there. It was either Steam Siege or Evolutions, and it was like 1 in 5 had an Evo pack in it.
Steam
And
Siege
then-
rules.
And then it was 2 packs of Sun and Moon base. So
Speaking of Sun and Moon base, I don't know if people have been getting those new level ball tins, but they are definitely a bust.
it's 2 in 1. We sold all of ours. We were lucky to get rid of them all. Those
Well,
are
I
really
saw-
the hardest. So what Zen has right now is the hardest item to find. You're not going to find them.
Pokemon straight up bamboozled us.
You're not going to find them.
What is that?
It's the shortest print run out of all Shining Fates.
This isn't
Oh.
Shining Fates.
I ordered 2,000 displays. I got
This is not Shining Fates. This is the.
I haven't even seen
Oh.
those mini tins yet.
the Shining Fates mini tins are.
I know. I wanted to buy some from you, and you didn't have any.
I got
know.
one. I got just
I
as
know.
many from GameStop as I did from the distributor.
So
Well, not even like the plate, like my Walmart, Meijer, Target, like none of those places, even my local card shop, none of them got any of those. They got the Pikachu boxes.
They're not out till next week.
Oh, well, maybe that's why then. But even the first 2 weeks, they didn't even get the tins, like the Cramorant tin and all that. Actually, Adam, you guys sent me the tins that I ended up getting. But I haven't seen them in stores physically yet. So
I got some back. These guys.
So the Pika boxes are the only thing that are in short run, right? We've gotten all. So everybody was super worried because they were doing this in 4 print runs, right? We get the Pika boxes this week, and we'll just be 50 ETB shy from having our entire allocation. So all 4 print runs were like a week apart. And Battle Styles is the same thing, but supposedly the Battle Styles, each wave is going to be a week or 2 apart. That's it. It's going to be real quick. So this, like, everybody was like, I'm not going to get my stuff until June. I mean, I got my Pika boxes at GameStop today, the ones that I had pre-ordered, but it's the waves aren't as bad as people are making them out. They're not as bad as what Champion's Path was, where you had like long breaks in between. You're actually going to get stuff pretty close back to back. Because like we're almost completely. We'll have all of the only ETBs that are left are our personal ones. But I mean, of all the stuff that we sold, I mean, I could have finished today, but I was deficient Pikachu boxes. But I mean, what, 125 orders or so were filled, so it's not bad.
yeah,
That's funny.
So Adam, these are actually the ones.
The one before.
These are the ones that had the evolution before, and then they reprinted, and now they have Sun and Moon. And I was bamboozled, so now I have 2 more of these cases that are Sun and Moon instead of evolutions. I got them at a cheap price. I mean, honestly, I bought them at Game Nerds, and they were like, it was really, really cheap. So it wasn't a big deal. And I like Sun and Moon, but I was really expecting the evolutions in them. So I was like, all right, a little.
You're going to see it a lot more.
I don't agree that Pokemon should not be doing that. Like, because they've put out a product, you're expecting certain packs in it. And one of the big things is like they don't even update their website. So if you go on the Pokemon Center website and you look at the packs that are showing up there, like they don't update that with the new pack selection. You know, they still have the old packs on there. So when you go and you buy, you're thinking these are the packs I'm going to get. Yeah, I think it sucks. Ooh, a whole booster box. Nice.
I still have 2 left.
Wow.
We finally got extras this week.
That's from that order I got from you.
Ooh, I still have not gotten
Nice.
those.
My
I've gotten
GameStop really came out for me when I actually went in there.
Nice.
And
Ooh, nice.
Damn.
I got tins
Look
today
at you.
too. I got 2 tins.
I haven't seen these, and I'm like, he showed this to me, and I go, damn it.
It was a big box. It was a big box store only reprint. So online stores in brick and mortars didn't get them.
I don't even like Hidden Fates, and I bought it.
I mean, at $23 for the tin, you can't really go wrong.
Yeah, those tins are.
Go to a scalper and trade it for an ETB.
Well, here's the thing: is I go to my GameStop. I go to the same GameStop all the time if I am going to go there, because the guy who's now the manager there is a super cool dude. He's I actually went in there, and he was talking to a guy before me who was looking for these packs. He refused to give the guy, said that they didn't have them because he knew the guy was going to turn around and try to scalp him. He admitted it right there. I just want to make money, he said. Guy got mad, left the store, and he goes, "Hey man, you're a YouTuber. You want some of these packs?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "How about this Hidden Fates tin?" I'm all like, "No, yes." I just wanted a Power Ranger figure and maybe some of these.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been to 2 GameStops and I have not found them. So I don't know. Whatever.
I don't even think my GameStop has been stocking cards. Either they haven't truly been stocking their cards, or somebody within the store that works there is taking them before they even hit the shelf.
You just need to get. I've told Adam he needs to get it with his too, but I've been buying it from our GameStop since we started the channel, and they're trying to stop this whole flipper thing because the general manager at the store used to play a lot, and we'll just get phone calls. And so he's just like, "I've got them. Do you want them?" I was like, "No, call one of the other families, or we'll buy them." And there's a bunch of kids at the school and stuff, and we'll, let them know that we've got extra stuff, and we'll just, hand over the receipt, and they just, Venmo us or PayPal us the money just to keep it out of there. But it's all about just like knowing the guys at the stores. But those first partner packs is probably, in terms of printing, is probably the highest allocated item of the year. Like we weren't even allowed to put in stupid requests for our numbers. They said the max we could even ask for is 10 displays because it wasn't even worth putting that in. Oh, look who's here.
Golden. Now, I'm glad that I've kind of gained a little bit of rapport with my GameStop. I've had rough times. And the assistant manager that's there is pretty cool too. He's moving over to GameStop nearby as well. So they're of the like mind. We're not going to help the scalpers. We know who are legit collectors. They come in here actually want the actual product for the game and or for collecting, not for just flipping. And we do not let them have it. We'll give them the one if we have to, but we're not going to sell the scalpers. We know who they are. And they refuse to sell my local game store too. They're like, "Oh, we know who they are. We're not doing that." So that's one GameStop.
And it's why GameStop has stopped doing the site to store pickups for cards. I don't know if you've noticed that, but you used to be able to buy it on the online and pick it up in store. You can't site to store cards anymore.
I just wish my community cared enough to do that kind of stuff.
Did Pokemon Center put up the
this morning they did.
Oh, they did?
Mm-hmm.
They sold out.
Wait, they put up the what?
Of course they did. The Galar packs.
Oh,
Damn
yeah.
it. I've been checking every day except for today because I had a really bad, had a lot of work.
I got a notification from Jungle. He tweeted about it earlier today, and like as soon as I actually saw it, I went and looked at it, and it was like, "Oh, yep, sold out." But the binders are still there.
There's a lot of binders.
Were overprinted.
Yeah.
How many are you trying to get, Zen?
I mean, hell, at this point, one. I'd be happy if I could get one. I'd like one sealed and one to open, but I mean, ultimately, if I can get just one so I can fill my binders, I have a binder and I can't fill it.
I'll keep my eyes peeled for you. I'll see if I can find some.
I haven't found any. I called all 5 today, and they all told me no. One of them told me don't call and ask stores because if the employees realize they're there, you will never see them.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad, too.
Yeah.
Look, I think the employees are going to know whether they have it or not, period, whether you call or not.
Well, you'd be surprised if a shipment comes in the morning and the afternoon doesn't know, and the afternoon guy is a Pokemon guy, and the morning guy just left the box there, and then you call the store, and then the afternoon guy goes in back to see if they're there, and he sees them. Oh, crap, they're here. No, we don't have any.
I almost feel like you have to be like, I don't know.
It happened to David's Pokemon.
Pretty terrible kind of collector or something for your own company, the people that you work with and for, to be like, no, don't let them have that.
It happened to David's Pokelife. He asked us the other day. He's like, "Hey, I called the GameStop locally They got a bunch of them. Do you guys want me to go get some? But then he couldn't make it. Then he ends up making it over there and like, oh, we don't have any more. They're all gone. He's like, all the ones you just told me you guys had in stock are gone now. They're like, yep. So I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah.
See, I had the option to buy more of the Galar packs, but I'm not going to buy out their stock because I wanted to leave some for other people. So I figured 2 would be good for now, but now I kind of regret, not grabbing a couple more. Not that I want to sell them, but I know people who would want them, and I can send them to them.
I just grabbed the 2 packs because I have a binder for myself and I have a binder for my son. So I bought the 2 packs and I just opened them and then we just put them in our binder and that's it. I haven't even tried to get any more, but I mean, I've seen them every now and then at like my Walmart and Meijer. I don't know if they're still there or not. I just remember I have seen them. I don't know. To me, it wasn't worth picking up any more of,
Yeah. Well, like for example, with the binder, I didn't know that they had, printed so many of them, but I had bought a few because I knew I was going to like send one over to Sudon, and then I knew I wanted to do, at least one giveaway with the binder and stuff like that. So I picked up a couple extra ones for that, but it's not even a big deal at this point because there's so many of them. But
we got our full allocation of binders.
I'm sure. Yeah.
It was.
I mean, I'm trying to find 3. So 3 kids, 3 binders.
You're trying to find 3 binders?
I got 3. I got 3 binders. I got the 3 binders. I got them from the Pokemon Center.
But I was going to say they're still selling
packs.
Yeah, they're still selling everywhere. Yeah. I got 3. Actually, I got 4, and I gave one away already to somebody. So
yeah.
So yeah, I'm curious with the quality of the actual, because just seeing how the packaging is, I'm like, wow, you didn't do much to try to protect this.
They come in a sealed case. So if they're just put out like you found them,
yeah.
But he didn't have them out, but I'm just like, it's like really poor crimping, and it just, I don't know. And then the packs are like loose in there. I'm like, eee.
Yeah, I would be I'm already wary of buying certain things anyways from certain places. But I mean, after we saw that tweet with that one guy who was like, don't buy from Amazon's, the return thing. He's basically telling people, I buy from Amazon, I'm opening the stuff up and then resealing it all and refunding it back. So he basically was warning people, don't buy from the Amazon, what is that called? Resell or something?
That FMB thing.
Yeah. He's like, don't buy anything from there.
I mean, I try to stay away from Amazon.
That's crazy.
Anyways, because I have actually bought ETBs on there and they've just been complete trash. And I know that they're just resealed. So I stay away from them. There's very few things that I bought that I've recently bought on Amazon from Pokemon just because I don't trust them.
I've only bought like once, I think.
But I mean, there's people that haven't had any issues. So
that's like you saying, well, Game Nerds is good. Yeah, man. Like everybody in the world's got issues with Game Nerds, but I got mine.
Well, that's the thing is like, I mean, I have issues with Game Nerds because they need to send my shit, but but they are cheap. So, Amazon, I mean, like the Pokeball tins, they had them for sale and I was like, oh, I'm going to buy a couple of those. And they were, like $14.99 or something like that, which I know that they're normally like $12.99, but they got delayed. And I was like, well, I'm just going to cancel that. I'm not going to wait extra time for these dumb balls. So
I need the new one. Is there like the level ball?
Yeah, but you don't know what you're going to get because it's like you're buying from Amazon.
It's all random.
So it's random.
Well, Nightmare says he ordered, but they don't show they didn't ship yet.
See, I got burned by. You remember I got burned by that Ultra Ball collection. They sent me. It had the Mew collection promo as its promo in there. It had a regular Hidden Fates code card floating around in there. You could totally tell it was resealed and everything. And I'm like, why did it go? So I live in Aurora. It went all the way to Littleton, which is about 5 miles that way, to come back all the way over here to deliver to me, and it took it 3 extra days. And I'm like, okay, somebody opened this. And I recorded the whole thing and they're like, well, this is a replacement for a stolen product, so we can't give you a refund.
That sucks.
Because I live on a busy street, and they decided to deliver the first set of Ultra Ball on my front store. And guess what? There's a high school there. What do the high schoolers do? They take stuff. Because kids 13 and up are evil.
I don't even think it's necessarily 13 and up. It's just kids.
I think
4,000 in their name.
You need one of those Mark Roper
the glitter bombs.
Glitter bombs.
Yeah.
And you know that those kids are the ones that are going to become scalpers.
Well, you'd be surprised. A lot of the people
to all their little high school buddies.
A lot of the kids that are actually on Instagram, a lot of the people on Instagram are actually kids.
Yeah.
That are scalping. Look, I mean, you have kids doing box breaks and pack breaks now. I mean, they're kids; they're not adults.
I have heavy suspicion that Ashlyn is a scalper. Hear it now, folks.
She tries to scout me all the time.
This is very obsessed with Hidden Fates.
Yes. Well, now it's Shining Fates because she hit me up in the live last week. If you get any extras, can we trade? I said, yeah, sure.
I'm not surprised.
If I open enough, I said, I barely opened any. I don't have any extras.
I think she's only ever joined one of my live streams, and the whole time just asked for giveaway stuff. That was it. There's nothing else. Just, do you have any giveaways? Do you have something you're going to give away? You should give away something. You should give away that.
I've got something that I'll give away.
It's free.
She did all of us like that, Ren. She got all of us that way.
Oh, I know, and I've been part of some of your guys' live streams when that's happening. It's just it's funny at this point.
Send her to Adam. He's got more stuff to give away than we do.
She hit him first.
Yeah.
Exactly. She was always in there with his when he was doing the TCGO. You got any hidden face? You got hidden face? Can I get this hidden face code? Where's your codes? Codes.
Yeah.
There's
so are we gonna
at the bottom of this Taco Bell receipt? Here's a code.
Chance to win $500.
What do I get with
$500?
that?
I think it's $500. Yeah, cash. Maybe a scholarship to be a one of their managers. They always say hamburger college and never say taco at college.
So what was the next topic on that list, Zen, that you had?
Dude, we had a list.
Did you? I thought you made a list up.
No, we were just gonna talk.
Great.
Oh,
Yeah, we were just chatting. I didn't have a list.
Man, you got hardly fooled.
Yeah, for sure.
well, I'm trying to, topics, man, topics.
How about that Post Malone concert? Wasn't that the best?
Oh my gosh.
I took the day off for that.
Did you really?
Why would you do that?
No, you
I
didn't.
thought it was going to be
He
a
did.
great day to take the time off, do Pokemon related stuff, and they did 13 minutes of barely CG'd Post Malone bringing cuss words into the Pokemon world.
That was really crazy.
I'm like, this is
Wait, hold on. There were cuss words in there?
you can't see it now in the original live. He actually threw out a couple, slipped like a few,
I
not
missed it.
terrible ones, but they were just like, what? Did that really? Okay.
I mean, I
And
knew
then
they muted him on a couple parts for
Late.
it, but I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember actually hearing anything, but it wouldn't surprise me. Let me just throw that out there.
It was a 13-minute thing to show off one song that they had released 3 days earlier.
It was very disappointing, that's for sure. I even made it to that thing, and I was like, what the heck is this, man?
Look,
Can
I'm
I
gonna
just
be-
say, though, that song, that remake of the Hootie and the Blowfish song was actually really good, though.
It's fire.
I will give you.
I mean, I thought the music was good. I liked it. I will be honest.
The Katy Perry one.
I had never heard of Post Malone before.
I've Spider-Man Flip. He was the Sunflower.
It was better than the Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh, hands down.
Yeah,
I didn't watch that.
Yeah, I agree.
Honestly, I kind of thought that
it was
what's his name that did it?
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd, yeah.
Weeknd.
I kind of felt like he was on drugs the whole time he did that halftime
Cocaine.
show.
That's why you can't feel
like
his
I
face.
needed to be on drugs to watch that and understand what was happening.
Well, he's a strange character, anyways. He's not like he's very weird, anyways. But I mean, it was not a very, very entertaining or good performance, in my opinion. But
there were
I like his song. I like his songs, though. I mean, but the Post Malone thing was really just blew me away. I was like, tell me this is just like the intro. Like, is this just an intro? And then we're gonna get the big. And then like, nope, that's it.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is I thought that was gonna be like, you know, he was opening for someone or something. Or I thought like the Katy Perry thing. I thought maybe he was going to open up for Katy Perry, and there was going to be more. And then
that's the way they did it. That's the way they marketed it. It was going to be this big thing,
right? And the funny part is that it ended, and then they went to a screen that says "There's going to be more," and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I'm waiting, and then YouTube or whatever, it just goes black, and I'm like. Okay, maybe it's just an extended wait. Maybe intermission.
Yeah, like a real concert. You know, like they turn the lights off to let the band techs switch all the guitars and the drums, and bring the next band out. And no, it just the live ended.
And then I went back to their to the YouTube page, and I was refreshing it, and I was thinking maybe there's like a separate YouTube video for the next part. Like anything else? No, it was just that was it. That was it.
I mean, I was hoping to like geek out to like maybe them showing the old, Pokemon factory in Kyoto, making some, plushies in the beginning, like show a history of 25 years. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, it had nothing to do with the 25th anniversary.
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it wasn't a concert. It was a false advertisement. It wasn't a concert. It was a YouTube video. They should have just done a premiere. I was hoping for Katy Perry's boobs, okay? I didn't get the Katy Perry boobs, and I have to wait till this month? That's not fair.
That's unbelievable.
Speculated this month.
Well, what are we supposed to get one every month, and then they'll just do a massive concert at the end of the month? That's going to suck.
You have to put them all together.
Yeah, it's only going to be 13 minutes.
Supercut.
Post Malone was scalping Pokemon. They weren't going to buy it though.
The last one's going to be a box break.
Oh my god! Could you imagine?
Katy Perry's going to be like, "Look at this Charizard!"
Oh my god, that's the last thing we need. The Logan Paul effect times a million.
Oh.
I don't think Logan Paul had much of an effect on Pokemon as everyone thinks he does. I think Gary Vee had more of an effect on Pokemon than Logan Paul ever did. My personal opinion, but we need more ads.
I mean. It was just a culmination of everybody at this bottleneck point, right? And then it just blew up.
Well, the reason why I say is because there's a very small, extremely uber small handful of people that can ever do what he did or have any effect on it, even touch what he was doing. But Gary Vee told everybody, get everything you can Pokemon. And I know personally more sports people that are in Pokemon today simply just to flip. So for me, Gary Vee had a bigger impact on the hobby than Logan Paul ever did. I don't even think about Logan Paul.
From a scalper perspective, yes. I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say you're right.
Time to become a Magic the Gathering collector.
Oh, there's plenty of that. Plenty of that.
That's a good thing. So I don't know if we want to talk about it or not, but that was a thing that is it Rudolph or Randolph? What's his name?
Randolph.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
That's kind of what I was thinking, honestly.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of something he pointed out, though, was, like the popularity and the growth and all that is a good thing. But most people pointed out that the growth of popularity is just scalpers. It's all those sports card guys that just saw it as another opportunity. So
I don't have
I'm just curious.
magic.
I'm curious what's happening right now to Harley. He's extremely pixelated. He looks like he's
really.
He's just like a big blur. We have no idea what you're showing us, by the way, because you're just
abstract art.
It looks fine in my end.
My $20 webcam is doing better than yours.
Well, listen,
Are you guys selling Dragon Ball Super?
No, but actually, Adam just texted me. He was like, "Do you know what the most searched thing on the website was today?" And I said, "Shining Fates? I don't know." Dragon Ball Super was the most searched item on the website today.
Why am I losing signal?
Okay, we can't get it because we don't have a storefront. We don't.
So why is it so popular all of a sudden?
Well, I think it's just everything has been hit, but except for Magic.
The one card that we happen to have in a 10 sold for 12.5. So when a card sells for 10,000 plus, everybody gets in on it and it skyrockets. And what everybody learned about DBS is that it's a single print run. So what's out there on release is it.
That's it.
And so there is no reprints. It's a one and done. It's highly playable. The communities are super big around it. And the SCRs, which are the chase cards in every set, are usually seeded one per case, and so they're super hard to get. So if you don't buy a case and you just buy a box, like the chances of getting the card are slim to none. And so people have found that, like, hey, there's this huge Dragon Ball community. I know nothing about it, but there's just a lot of hype behind it because the big stuff is really hard to get, and they look pretty.
They do. They look absolutely gorgeous. That's one of the things that I love about the Dragon Ball Super cards is just the way they look. But like, I was in complete shock because I looked up the price of this booster box.
It's $1,000.
12.
$1,000.
Yeah,
we have a case. We have a case of them sitting over. Somewhere.
I have three of these, and I'm just like,
what did they were $300 a month ago.
I know. That's why I was in complete shock. I was like, "What happened?"
Well, it's kind of like these. I bought this a year ago. This is Harry Potter Quidditch Cup, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see it. I bought this box for $20, and they're going for $500 right now.
Yeah.
Why? Nobody plays the game anymore. They're not really that collectible. I mean, it's just.
I mean, yeah. Adam and I bought a Tournament of Powers box back in November, the first set of DBS, for about $1,100. Things are like $6,000 to $7,000 right now. I mean, we bought that Goku card. We bought two of them at $900 a piece, and the one came back at 10, and it's valued between 10 and 12,000.
That's insane.
It's crazy because there's not an active anime going. So if you count superheroes, but that's not really a canonized official. We have nothing in Japan, nothing here.
That was my big concern with Dragon Ball Super is at the very beginning, because like I got into it and I was like, I don't know how long this is going to last. Dragon Ball has gone through several different prints, different companies printing them. They started off with Score, printing them back in the 90s when Pokemon came out. And then they went to Bandai, I think, for like a very short period, and that got canceled. And then they went to Panini, and Panini made a reprint of the originals, and I think they did it for like 4 or 5 years, and then they kind of got pushed off because Dragon Ball Super came out, and the current Bandai ones came out. And that took over. So I was kind of concerned. I'm like, how long are these actually going to last? Because the other ones haven't lasted very long. And the fact that Dragon Ball, we already know, there's no continuity to it like there is with Pokemon. Pokemon has continuity. One season's over, they put it out another season. They've never stopped making the anime. They've never stopped all of the products that they make. There's always been that continuity. Even when Pokemon wasn't as popular and they weren't printing as much in the TCG, there was still everything was still going on. Whereas with Dragon Ball Z, like Dragon Ball ended, and then Dragon Ball Z, and then that ended, and then we got GT, which
sucked.
Whatever. It's just GT. Like it's not even canon. And then they went back and they went to then they went to Dragon Ball Super, and now they have Super Dragon Ball Heroes in Japan, and that's not canon. But it's just such a mesh of different things. Like I was afraid that Dragon Ball Super wasn't going to last very long, and if the card game itself wasn't popular, it was just going to go away, So
it has one of the biggest followings. It's some of the hardest stuff to get. It's a lot of people are saying that Flesh and Blood is going to be a lot like it, but Adam just hit me up. The box is $1,500, and the chase card's $5K.
Wow.
He's the DBS guy. I just stay away from it. If I find it, I tell him, and
I know.
Like, let's buy it, and then that's kind of how it goes.
I sent him a text the other day, and because I was in complete shock when I saw the prices, I was like, "Dude, what's up with this Dragon Ball Super?" And it's like, "What? What just happened?" It
was dumb.
And they're gone too. They're not in the stores. Like, legitimately, there is no Dragon Ball Super unless it's one of those starter decks or something like that.
Well, you look at the chase card from the new set is like Skyla on crack.
Was it one of the androids?
Probably.
Rob pulled one, or Chelsea pulled one in the car the other day. Rob about crashed his car.
Oh yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't. I think it's the scalping is affecting everything. To be honest with you.
I also think, and this is going to be an interesting, so I'm going to bring this up since Adam is here. I also think the pack break and the box breaks are hurting as well, because I think with the prices that I'm seeing a lot of people doing them at, I don't think it helps at all either. You could see they're getting way more views, they're getting more people involved, they're getting more, they're getting more into it, but the price of pack breaks are going up too. To just get into a pack break now, it's getting super expensive. And I know out of all of us, Adam's the only one here that's involved in doing that aspect. But at least with Adam, I don't have an issue just because he's a seller. It's part of selling Pokemon. The thing I have an issue is with like a lot of other people doing it. And I feel like you can almost take it back to the Frosted Caribou situation, how she blamed YouTubers for the hobby, the way it's going. I'm kind of blaming right now a lot of pack breaking for what's going on, because you have people who going, okay, well, I'm not going to pay $100 for that Shining Fates ETB. Yeah. But then I'll turn around and pay $10 a pack at a pack break for one.
So I'll get on the pack break thing. So I never really understood it for the longest time. And we're very different when it comes to pack breaks. Is we'll generally sit down, we'll see we bought say a bunch of these tins, and this is what the tin is at MSRP. So let's aim to get MSRP for that, right? And we don't usually go crazy unless the set's crazy. So we were going to try and do an Evolutions one. I think the market value for Evolutions packs is like $28 to $30 right now. And we were planning on doing it at 15, but I also bought the packs at like right around $15. Just to do the breaks because people were looking for them and I found them at a cheaper value. The problem with breaks is breaks is huge in the sports community. So when it comes to breaks, the sports community leads everything. That's why things are so high. But the difference is in the sports community with breaks is it's a complete gamble. You don't buy the packs. I don't know if you've checked in on sports breaks, but you don't buy a pack like
I watched Lloyd's today.
For a Pokemon break is they're like, okay, we're going to take 32 people, right? We'll say, I think there's 32 baseball teams, right? 32. And 32 people buy in, and then they random number generate it the first time for all the teams, and then they'll random number generate it for who falls into each of those lines. And so all you're doing is you're not even getting the pack and what's in them, you're getting the team, the players from that team only. And so you could end up spending, some of these breaks are $200-$300 for a chance at one card, which is not, it's like worse than raffling, right? And so a lot of people are seeing these sports breaks, and if people come up to me at work all the time, they're like, hey, I keep watching all these sports breaks, does Pokemon do them? And I said they do them to some extent. PokeRev doesn't do them that much anymore, if at all. And he was, one of the big people doing it. I know Danny does them.
The original was Nostalgic Factory.
Yeah,
and that's how he did it.
But he does his He does this differently, doesn't he? He kind of does it like the sports do.
He just by energy.
He does like by energies, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But like Darium still does them, but a lot of the reason that the breaks are getting out of there's two reasons, in my opinion, that the breaks are getting out of control. One, Whatnot is killing it. Like $70 for a pack of Shining Fates. Like, give me a break. So I think Whatnot's killing the breaks. And I think that the sports flippers are killing the breaks at the same time, because these guys are going in and they're like, well, if I can get all this stuff and this is what market value for this is, I'm going to sell higher than market value. All right, I have an Evolutions pack. Market value is $28 to $30. I'm going to sell the pack at $40 because you're also going to pay for the content. And that's...
Yeah, so I actually just came across the sports break today. I haven't actually ever watched a sports break, and it actually came into this morning. It was Lloyd's sports cards or something, and he was doing the 1-on-1s, and I didn't understand, because what got me was the thumbnail. You know, I pulled the 1-of-1 Justin Herbert card, and so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I kind of want to watch that. So I tuned in, and then all of a sudden I realized what he was doing. I was like, oh, these are breaks. So I go, let me check it. How does he do this? How is, when I went on and saw the prices and stuff, blew me away. And then when I read the rules, just like Nostalgic Factory, you buy in, you're buying a certain thing. So he could grab all the pulls in the world, but if you don't have that color energy pull, you get nothing, but you still paid the money for it, which sucks. So.
In 1-on-1, the market value for the pack, which is one card, is $1,200.
That's what Loot Box does a lot of.
I would.
But he doesn't break them.
It depends,
right?
Though. It depends on the card. I mean, I've been watching all the Loot Boxes card stuff. I've been finding that more interesting, to be honest, just because it's just different. But I just, a lot of the ones they're pulling are definitely not worth anything. I mean, it's definitely a hit and miss. It's a total gamble, like anything. But I think the for Pokemon, I think it's hurting really bad though. I don't really, I don't agree with what's going on. But it's your choice to do what you want. But if you're not gonna buy it from Scalpers, you're gonna complain about Scalpers. Then you shouldn't be buying from Pax Break either though. And I've seen people in pack breaks who I know I've seen complain about the flipping and scalping. And I was like, okay, well,
I think breaks are fine as long as the price point's the right way.
Right.
I mean, but I'm only saying that because we do them and whatnot. But we try and keep things generally below. I mean, most of our pack breaks are $5 a pack, which is like where you're gonna get that, and then I mean, I don't watch any pack breaks. I gave up on that. The only pack breaks I ever watched was Darium's, only so I could because they open so much. It was more of an understanding, like, so that's what my chances are if I were to buy a case or something. Yeah. That was the reason why I'd ever watch. I watched those. Right. And I actually, one of the people who actually early befriended us, which is great stuff, is Beige from the Nostalgia Factory, which is super strange. But when I realized, it took me a while to realize what he was doing. And I was like, well, I asked my wife, I was like, hey, can we get in one of these things and see what it was like? Man, the first two, I got nothing. And when I got myself in the mail, I was like, I paid $50 for commons? What? And I was like, nah, screw this. I ain't doing that again. So yeah, the big thing on I got kicked off of Facebook pretty much forever. The big thing for the groups there are those box battles where they have 10 people buy in and everybody gets the same amount of packs, and whoever has the most points at the end is the one that takes the whole box. And so that's killing prices because they're selling packs at
I haven't seen that yet.
Brand new sets at like $8 to $10. It's like, Jesus, like, what's going on? Oh, cases of battle styles, there is no seating. I can tell you that right now.
I didn't hear what he said.
The battle styles numbers are like, it's super hit or super miss on boxes. It's almost Rebel Clash-esque again.
Oh, really?
Oh, man. Vivid Voltage was probably one of the best boxes I've ever. I mean, sets I've ever opened.
Out of control too.
Dude, Rebel Clash and Vivid Voltage are like equal in my books for being absolute terrible on pull rates.
Sudon, killing my ears, dude.
We're gonna mute you.
I mean, this is one box tonight,
this
right?
is time to talk. That was one box? Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, 3 full arts, the gold, the rainbow, and then there were 4 other ultra rares in there. The other boxes were like, we had one box where we had 3 of one regular V card and 2 of another one. So like all the regular Vs were just of 2, like they doubled up. And then it had like 2 full arts. That's it. So like they were super hit because this one was a super hit, and then the other ones were just like,
oh no.
Well,
I swear, if this is like Rebel Clash and Vivid Voltage for me, I'm gonna stop.
Well, that's kind of like how Darkness Ablaze was. Like, I think I got 2 cases from you. And remember, I was telling you, it was like one was like a dud, like a complete dud. And then your buddy, he opened them up on camera when you first got them, and he didn't get he was having bad hits out of all those he was opening.
Yeah, except for like the last box. The last 2 boxes were just stupid.
But Vivid Voltage for me was super fire. Oh, wow, yeah. That's definitely going to be a chase card.
I think my Darkness Ablaze was probably the best for me in the Sword and Shield era because I think I only opened like 2 or 3 boxes, and I got like at least 1 Charizard VMAX in every one of those, plus a rainbow or gold card. So I mean, I had really good luck with that.
How much you selling that Skyla for?
The Skyla's already gone.
Ah, damn you.
Yeah, he's giving it to me for free, he said.
I am in need of Skyla.
Somebody bought it with bulk.
I want Melody. Where is the Melody card?
Well, bulk should be out next week.
She thick. I want her.
I think.
Who is Melody?
I'm keeping boxes behind for you.
She's
I've been telling you for months now.
Ice Gym Leader from the new set, from the new series.
Maybe in the next one. The chilling,
Sir Chester's Gym Leader or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh. That was really insane.
That was real.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I'll message you, Adam. But I do have everything wrapped up now, so I gotta put the numbers in, and I haven't had anything ordered, so
what did we decide to do for bulk this time? I think it was Chilling Rain.
Prices need to go up though.
It was Chilling Rain booster boxes for every 200,000 that we had traded in before release, and then if we hit 1 million cards before release, we'd give away a Hidden Fates and a Shining Fates ETB to one person.
Oh man, Golden's talking about Fossil. Ban him.
First edition Fossil.
It was hit or miss for Dempsey underneath his bed, half naked.
All right,
we can
really
open
quick,
anything.
Going back to the breaks. So for me, it's like I still don't understand. I don't get breaks, kind of like you, NCPackbuster. Like I don't understand the desire for them. Like from me buying them, I don't get it. However, I do understand it from a vintage standpoint. And what I see from a vintage standpoint is this. Right now, there's, the prices are really high on vintage, but at the same time, you don't know as a regular collector, if you buy off eBay or if you're not buying from somebody reputable and you don't know who that person is, you don't know if the pack is legitimate. You don't know if it's resealed. You don't know what you're really getting. You don't know if they've weighed it because, I mean, let's be honest. eBay says, it's not weighed, but come on. You think they didn't weigh the pack?
It's a loose pack. It's been weighed at one point or another.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, with vintage, the way I see it is I would rather pay that extra premium and have it opened even, on camera, because usually you're going to get all the cards in the pack anyways, right? It's not like the modern stuff where you only get the hit. With vintage, you usually get the whole pack, right? So I'd rather do that and pay the premium than buy from somebody that I don't know, what's going on. And usually with a break, they're opening up the box right in front of you, so you already know. But like, for example, with PokeRev, he did that box break with the Japanese packs that were, fake cards, and he just he refunded everybody's money. So there's less of a risk at that point with vintage when you buy into a break. But I don't see it for modern. I don't get it. I don't.
So there's a lot of people. So we have a lot of people that message us because we've gotten more and more into it. And there's a lot of people that ask for it. They prefer it. They don't want the bulk. They rather sit back and like discuss with people. So we have like our two biggest people that purchase breaks from us are right around 500 packs a piece since we started doing them back in November. And they prefer it. They ask for it. One of the guys actually bought an entire blister case of Burning Shadows from us and asked Rob to open it for him. And he just wanted to watch it get open on camera. I've got, another person that does a lot of breaks with us. And, he's just like, I just have like this rush when you open it and it's mine. And I don't really want the bulk to, fly here and then have to fly back to you. And, we usually, not everybody gives a cut on the price for the bulk, but we usually take $1 or so off because we're keeping it. But there are a lot of people out there that prefer it. And there's a lot of people that just want the reverse holo, or they're just chasing the ultra rares for the most part, especially on, Sun and Moon era stuff where they probably have all the uncommons already. But there are a lot of people out there that just want to see it, that enjoy it, that enjoy, having 50 to 100 people come around and, cheer each other on for packs and stuff like that. So that's really what it is. It's the interaction. So that's, Pogadad hit it. He's one of our mods, and that's like, you watch some of the stuff that comes up. Like, we didn't do a break tonight. We just opened for us, but the people are telling jokes, and we usually get into some odd off the wall sidebar conversations and stuff like that. Like, it's a ton of fun. Like, for Christy and I, like, how often do you see us open stuff? Really, we try and do a break a week, and that's really about, a break a week in a business video is about all you're going to get from us in a week right now, because we just don't have time. But the best part is just watching. Even like, you take somebody like another one of our mods that just bought one pack in Rob's break and pulls the Rainbow Rare Charizard, and it was just like everybody just goes super nuts because you just don't know what's going to happen. And there's a lot of interaction behind it. It's like, we can't all go to the card shops and sit around like we did as kids and just open a ton of packs and stuff like that. And it's like, that's the new, like, we can't go to card shops because of COVID. Card shops don't have product. So how else do you sit around and open packs with somebody? That's the way you do it.
Right.
I've done like Nostalgic Factory. He does. I don't know if he still does it, but he used to do a lot of the modern packs and just break all night. I've bought into one of his before, way back, and I got nothing.
Where have you been at, Sunai? We talked about that a while ago.
I'm just saying.
He left. That's when he left.
Yeah, that's when you left?
Yeah. But how do the breaks help your channel?
The breaks help. It doesn't. We just do it because, the Discord's over 500 members, and a lot of them like the breaks and stuff. And so we do it because it's fun. And, Christy and I like the interaction, and it's where we get the most interaction from people. She's, full-time nurse now, so we can't just, pick one night a week every week where we used to do like the basket and stuff like that. So it helps.
I liked the basket. That was fun.
It helps.
Yeah.
We did a break. We did a break like the basket. We did that 1,000. We put 1,000 packs on the basket and did a total mystery thing. And that was, the Steam Siege packs were prizes where we gave, pops and promos and stuff away. It was kind of fun, but it's, I don't know, for us, it's easier now, business portion of it aside, but it's, it's good for us in the interaction, and it keeps her engaged with the community and stuff like that, where she kind of falls off from time to time. So
you see it more of as a kind of a community building kind of situation.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because we get a lot of new people that'll come in that'll just be like, oh, like, do you have packs? No, I don't. But, join the Discord and be part of this. And we'll pull people in from everywhere. And they're like, oh, man, like, this place is great. And, they'll hang out and converse, and they'll jump in on the next break. And, people are always throwing out ideas for new breaks. Like, we're in the process of purchasing a sealed 144 pack Flashfire blister case that we're going to do as a break. We just did the Plasma Blast booster box. Try and find some stuff that's like somewhat in some people's price range. Like, base set at $1,000 a pack just isn't, worth it for us. So it's, it's tough, but you just try and do whatever you can to keep the community engaged and people having fun. So that, and the problem is that one thing that Adam and I never understood until we became retailers was that everybody wants to scam the retailer. The amount of times that we get hit up saying, hey, your product is resealed, sending fraudulent case stuff to places like PayPal and Shopify about they're selling resealed stuff because they'll buy 5 blister packs, and the blister packs are 100% legit straight out of the case, but they didn't get a white code card and they didn't get the card that they wanted, and so they come back and they say that it's fraudulent. And I think a lot of people want to do the breaks because you can tell right off the bat, and we like doing the breaks for single packs for that reason, is we don't have to deal with the fallout from it. So I mean, there's a lot of people out there that Adam and I were talking about it the other day. It's like you just have to kind of have a little bit of overhead that you're just going to lose, because sometimes it's just not worth dealing with people. So
right,
I mean, I got in your very first pack, and I think I did the second one only because you guys did charity. So for me, that's a whole different ball game. But right now, I mean, this was it the month of February we gave, or at least this whole time while I was home, there was a community member that was in need, had a lot of I'm not going to get into it, but a lot of unfortunate events, and their families barely staying afloat. And we donated $1 of every pack from February and March to them to help get them on their feet, and raise a little over $1,000 so far for them. And no questions asked. I don't want it back. It's get your stuff back together, and hopefully we'll see you back in the community again. And we donate a lot of money to a lot of places. We actually got laughed at by the CPA. They're like, "You guys don't keep anything?" It's like, "Yeah, we're just two dads that like Pokemon cards." So
I'm all for the breaks. When they have to do with charity. I think that's a really cool thing.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I feel like it's not bad for the community. It's actually good. You're giving back. So I mean, that's really awesome. I know you guys have done a lot of charity stuff, which is awesome.
That Charizard break that we did, where I gave the PSA 10 Shinies art away, we raised over $5,000.
Yeah,
not bad.
Not bad at all.
That's crazy.
Between people buying raffle tickets, and then we gave away $1 for every pack sold, and then people still wanted to buy in, and so we did generations and generations. We added evolutions near the end. We added
I was in that one. Yeah.
We added hidden fates packs, and we were just like, oh, we'll give $2 a pack if we can get rid of them. And people just joined in on it, and it got out of control. And then people were trying to figure out who was buying more. I think Juice and Jose were at well over 100 packs a piece, and it was crazy.
Yeah, I remember that.
So
I got one of the Pikachu cards from the Generations pack. Yeah, I just have a problem with the majority of I'm hearing an echo. Anybody else got an echo?
Just you, I think.
My biggest issue with breaks, and my thing is where's the creativity? When you guys were doing the basket, you guys led it to had to okay, how are we gonna do this? We do give you do the dance, do the sassy or stuff like that. It was entertainment. Whereas you see these guys that are just gonna they're just talking to somebody in a chat. Honestly, that's a community building thing, but where's the creativity there? And that's where I kind of YouTube has always been be creative. How do we present these items? How do we present this product? And I think the break just kind of loses a little bit of that layer there. And that's where my issue is I'm I like the banter, somebody mispronouncing a name of a Pokemon, or even though just the banter on that is fun. And honestly, when they just go, here's the card, here's the card, here's the card, you're missing what's the art, what's the beauty of the card, and it's just the quality is just lost, and that's where I kind of lose it on the breaks. I have no problem with it when it comes to charity at all. Yeah. That's an amazing thing, and that's a cool thing, but I don't think everybody's doing it in that format, and it seems like they were saying earlier, because I happen to have this wonderful box of Dollar Tree packs, unweighed. It's brand new, never got touched besides me. And I've joked with these guys. I'm I'll do a pack break, $6 a pack for $1 pack. I keep everything, you get nothing, and all of the proceeds go to me. That's how I'll do a break. That's how it feels in some of these breaks that I've seen popping up all over the place. And I'm I get it. It's cool when you get some of the uncommons that you don't ever pull, and that I didn't have to buy a whole booster box to get those uncommons. That's cool. I could do the same thing in TCG, but it's also you're not getting the whole joy of watching somebody do it. I get that, but I don't know. I just feel like there's something lost in that.
That's already happened.
Hey. It was entertaining.
Well, wait a minute. Since he called you out on that, I believe Momo was saying that someone had to shave their beard.
So there was a caveat to that. It had to be $5,000 raised on raffle tickets alone, not on the break itself. So we went over on the break and on, we went over
I
on
still
the break.
think he needs to shave just by proxy.
Wife will kill him.
I agree.
Have Debsy do it.
Why was I'm trying to remember.
While opening up a fossil pack.
Yeah. Under the bed, chafing.
The dress up like a girl was because we sold out on the mystery basket break. That's what it was. I was trying to remember when that had happened, and that's what it was for. Well, that's why, when it comes to breaks, and you're saying the creativity is, I did it for the first time by myself last week, and it was it was cool because the community involvement and hanging out with people and stuff, but I can't do that again. It's just not fun without, it's not as fun without Christy there, because part of who we are is the two of us together and just the stupid stuff we say to each other. And
you make her mad. Did we lose him?
Uh-oh. Yeah, I think froze.
Uh-oh.
Christy stepped in.
Christy was
you started bringing Christy in, and
she pulled the plug on that.
I will say that was some of the most entertaining.
It was a Joe Biden moment. Cut the plug! Cut the plug! He was going to answer.
That was pretty good.
That's a good shot of him, though.
That is a great shot right there.
That is how he shall be remembered for tonight.
Yeah.
Well, at least he fixed his. At least he has his camera view fixed now instead of that one where he was always looking straight from the bottom up at him.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh man.
See if it'll freeze now. Oh, it didn't freeze.
Oh, he just dropped off. Rest in peace.
Rip. R.I.P.
Rip.
Rip. And this was actually a topic that I thought we were going to discuss as well was the breaks. So it wasn't just because Adam was in here that we took advantage of that, but it was a topic I think we were planning on discussing anyway. So, I'm not going to hold back. So
one thing I actually was kind of thinking about with the whole break situation too is because they started getting really super popular, because I know and they've been a thing for a while, but they really gained some popularity like right around the Vivid Voltage Champions Path time frame, right?
Charizard. Every set had a Charizard.
Darkness Ablaze, really.
Well, I mean, Charizard.
Yeah.
So I feel like breaks are geared towards collectors only, right? So, and what I'm saying by that is because I was actually I was kind of reading the chat a little bit, and I saw Mud Pie talking about the breaks, and I just kind of thought, from a player's standpoint, why would you buy into a break? And that just kind of got me thinking. So, and maybe there is a good reason for it, maybe not, but I mean, breaks seem like they're solely made for just collectors, and then I kind of started thinking like the popularity of it really started to take off once the whole Pokemon scene really started to explode. So,
well, it comes down to the whole sports aspect of it. With the huge influx of sports people coming in strictly to invest and flip, like Adam said, it's in that world, in that realm, that's where that exists. So, you had people that you had a lot of people that really want that because of the sports aspect of it. So, it's going to grow because of that. You remember, you only had a couple people who were doing breaks before. The Nostalgic Factory is considered the OG original one, and the way he did them, like you said, was not like you do now. Now you can buy into a break, and whatever they open, that is yours. Well, Darium covered that aspect, so you really only had two major people. I mean, I remember Bees used to call people all the time who were trying to copy him. He'd be like, I know that one channel that's trying to copy me. He'd call people out saying, they're trying to do what I do, but they can't do it like I do. And he would say things like that. Right. But now it's just gotten to the point where, they just went around doing a funner aspect of like, what color would you get? What would you get in the randomizer? Whereas, no, you just go and buy that pack. You're going to get no matter what. I said that was more the Darium's thing. You go to Darium, say, hey, man, I'm going to buy into this, and this is what I want. I'm going to want 100. I want 100 packs. And so you got whatever he got out of it, except for the bulk. But also, you got to remember when Darium's was doing it, bulk prices were $1,400 would get you a booster box, and then before they changed everything in September of 2019, now bulk prices. Here's what gets me now about the bulk though. Why hasn't bulk gone up? Because the price of cards have all gone up, the values have all gone up, and I know people who are reselling bulk, they're getting a lot more for their bulk. So why haven't the bulk prices gone up? Well, you just started seeing it now. I've seen two places now that have now upped their prices in bulk a little bit more now. But yeah, it kind of, but it's offset though, because now they're also selling the booster boxes for more money.
Right.
So it doesn't really make too much of a difference, but that's I think really what drove the whole box and pack break thing was when the influx of the sports people came into the market. Because nobody we used to always talk about it. Nobody in Pokemon, we want to open the cards ourselves up. That's the whole grand thing of it. You open the cards up, you're enjoying it, you're remembering back, you're doing all that fun stuff. But now it's just all about money now. It's like, and in my eyes, most of it's about money. It's like, well, I'd rather just get the hits, then I can just go and flip them and resell them. Yeah. And to me, that's what it's come down to. Now, when Sudon says he likes the creative aspect, I think that's a whole different world of the YouTube realm, really, when it comes down to it. Yeah. And like we were discussing earlier before we went live today, I was reading in the comment section of Twice Baked Jake's videos, and people were like, I don't know why people want to watch, card opening videos, blah, they were just going on. I like what Jake does. I like how he gives this info and does that. So you have people who want a little bit of everything. In other words, what I'm saying. So you have your group who still like to watch the pack breaks. You still have your group that they want to buy into this, and you have your group who don't care about none of that stuff. They just want to hear what's coming out, what's valuable, and the story. And that's kind of where we're at right now. For us as mostly pack openers, yeah, we're mostly concerned with where's our audience for that at, because we know there's a huge audience for it. We know there is. You still have the traditional guys, they're still killing it. Leonhardt's still growing. Leonhardt's views are still growing. Nate's group, Danny's, you know, Danny's one of the few big PokeTubers that I still watch, really. And you know, it's you still have an audience there, but it's just, I think the biggest thing for us is the competition has just gotten so huge now that it's hard to get people. I mean, everybody wants us to watch their video. Like some guy just messaged me today, I think it was, I posted it. He was like, "Hey, great video, awesome pull. Sub to me, I'll sub to you. You can watch my videos." And it's like, well, you know, I mean, I really don't have time. I might check it out, but I can't promise you. But if you don't do, you know, he's going to unsub to you. And it's kind of like,
well, they're going to unsub to you regardless. So,
probably,
you know.
But we're in that realm right now where there's just so much competition and so many things happening, and we're all fighting for that little space. My only issue when it comes to the pack breaks is I think it overall is a negative towards the hobby in terms of pricing and stuff. I think it kind of jumps into that fact for most of the people doing the breaks are charging outrageous amounts of money. Yeah. And I think it goes in that whole scalper realm where, well, they use they bought into the bot system, bought everything out when Pokechat put it online, and now they're doing the pack breaks at $15 a pack break. And it's just contributing. I think it's a contributing factor to the overall issues that are plaguing right now, which would really lead us into the next topic, which is the Randolph video. Which
there it is.
People keep asking if we're going to talk about Randolph. That's why.
The red-nosed reindeer?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Momo really wanted us to get into the Randolph thing for some reason.
Oh, is it Momo? Yeah, it was him. He was asking.
Yeah. He wants to see a fight. That's why.
What does it say? Harley, don't watch my video. Don't worry. No, I watch I have my people I watch. I watch a lot of people still. I watch a ton of people. I live in a car and a soccer field 90% of the time. So I have to tell I'm sitting with my phone just watching videos after videos. So. Oh, he has no idea what happened. Okay,
I am significantly behind on videos, and I apologize, but hey, who's Randolph?
Okay, so Randolph. Okay, if you guys are just joining us, I know Adam's just joining us because he was doing his thing earlier. We started off the live tonight.
Adam, you are welcome to leave at any point if you feel if you feel uncomfortable and you just want to go. You can just you just go ahead.
Killing me on pack breaks.
Nah. Well, hey, I'm not gonna sit here and not just because you're here. I'm not gonna tell you. Well, I love them. I mean, I bought in your pack breaks. You know that. You know what I support, so I'm good.
He rigged your packs. That's why.
So the Randolph thing, basically, Randolph is a very, very big YouTuber that he got into Pokemon in 2019. His audience pretty much switched over, and he's real big into Pokemon. He's a big YouTuber for Pokemon. He's from England. One of his videos were used in the Frosted Caribou segment of her video. Now, we opened up this live talking about the Frosted Caribou video because that was one of the big things we wanted to talk about. It's very big in the community right now. He put out a video today reacting to her video and basically discussing what he didn't like about her video. So that's kind of what I think people want to know, what was going on. So he didn't like the fact that he felt that she took what he said out of context. He kind of was against a lot of what she said, and he basically gave his stance on it. And basically that's what the Randolph video goes. Now, we were talking before we went live tonight. We had a discussion, and the guys here, except for Adam, who wasn't in the discussion, the guys basically are kind of not on Randolph's same side, whereas I'm actually more on Randolph's side in this debate than they are. So for me, I think Randolph was about 80% right in the things he was saying in his video and 20% wrong. However, the 20% that he did say that I thought was wrong, it's that hypocrisy thing again, goes against the 80% that I thought he was right on. So, it's he did not like Frosted, you could tell he did not take kindly to basically how Frosted was blaming. He felt like he was being part of the blame for what's going on and things like that. But you guys go ahead and talk what you guys thought about it.
It was great.
Sudon hasn't watched it. Look, I mean, I thought a lot of his points kind of missed the mark when he was trying to defend himself because he's got a store, and he started defending his prices going up, but they weren't as bad as everybody else's prices going up. And then, it's like we only went up a little bit, but these other stores were doing it like a lot more, so it's okay. And then we're okay with the fact that we put our prices up because our employees, they, instead of having to do, 1,000 orders in one night, they could do 20 orders in one day and then 20 orders the next day and 20 orders the next day because our prices are higher. So I think those were like some of the things that I was just like, that you're just justifying your prices going up in different ways and then kind of being like, but we're good for the community when you're still putting your prices up. It's like, okay. So that's where he lost me on that, to be honest.
Well, I think that's what he needed to divulge that information that I don't think a lot of people understand, that he's a seller. He's co-owner of a business selling Pokemon. And, that's something he should have divulged, right up front. Hey, good night, Artemis. Good night, man. Have a good one.
Well, it makes sense then why he was so adamantly against what Caribou had to say, because I mean, she was going after the people selling. Like that was a lot of what she was attacking were the people selling, but not just selling, but selling like 2 times the price, 3 times the price.
Yeah.
And obviously he felt very, very personally attacked by that. And I mean, I don't really know anything about his business. I don't know much about him. Yeah. To be honest, I've never watched a full-on video of his until today.
Right.
But listening to him talk, like the whole video. So the thing that really kind of irked me though is that he's trying to say how she's wrong, but only because he felt that video was about him. It wasn't about why she's wrong, like why she's wrong about the aspects of the community and why, Pokemon's a problem where it's at as a whole, as a community. It was, she's mostly just wrong because she's talking about me.
You dropping stuff up there, Sudon?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
That was me. My bad.
Oh,
that's over here.
My mic's up. That's why you can't hear.
I was trying to cover things up in the.
I was trying to bring Sudon back in, but he wouldn't come. Okay, so no, I mean, here's the thing. I believe Frosted
more gentle.
I believe Frosted Caribou was her thing was solely like, I felt like she was really solely targeting content creators in the video. That's kind of the message she was giving through it. Be granted, towards the end there, she says the things, but his thing is this. He made a lot of really excellent points. First of all, Pokemon does not print like, hey, we got this set coming up next month. Hit that print button. That stuff was printed 6 months to a year ago. And it was proven with the McDonald's cards. How they were coming out. But I think that
goes against what he was saying, though.
Well, he was flip-flopping all over the place.
Well, he was all over the place. And one of the big things was he was in his video, he just said, let's stop blaming everybody. It's Pokemon's fault for not printing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what he said. It's like, it's just Pokemon's fault. It's not the scalpers. It's not the content creators. It's not the buyers that are buying from the scalpers and paying those higher prices that justify the scalping. And that's the truth. I mean, we all have a part to play.
He made a lot of really good points. I mean, he did make good points about COVID, about how the factory, for instance, PSA was shut down. So that's why you have such a backlog with PSA.
No. PSA, don't even get me started on PSA. Hold on. PSA has had a backlog for a long time.
Well, no, they did, but
even before COVID. So,
but they were shut down. It's not a point.
I get it.
You can. it's not a point you can negate. That is a valid point to make, though. There you go. Look, see, that is a valid point to make, though. They were shut down. The same with the printing factory in North Carolina that prints both European and American versions of the Pokemon cards. They were shut down for a month as well.
So they print.
Yeah. Well, they print a bunch of stuff. Yeah. But they have, they basically, you got to think they're going to be more hit on the next set and probably battle styles. But all those other sets were printed at least a year ago. And I said the McDonald's promos proved that they were coming out for a long time. That stuff was printed a long time ago. It was packaged a long time ago. So you're really not going to see the Pokemon side of it, the printing part. It's not going to really affect us until coming up right now, basically the next few months. Those are the sets that we're going to be
us now.
That
is affecting us.
Exactly. Right. But all those other sets were not. So you can't use that as an excuse for saying Pokemon's at fault. They weren't. You could use maybe distribution issues at fault. I know, like, for instance, with Adam, when we order from Adam, in fact, both Adams, the one that was in Florida and the one in, both times they got hit with their opening set. Both got nailed with major, huge hurricanes that basically shut everything down. So you have little factors like that took place. But, so you do have to factor in all these little nuances that come into and play into effect of what's going on. And so she was basically focusing on one aspect, really, in that video. And the part I agreed with Randolph is there's a whole bunch of things that are involved. Whole bunch of things. Now, the one thing I disagree with him is I personally think, and I personally put all the blame on Gary Vaynerchuk. I've been following Gary Vaynerchuk before anybody knew who Gary Vaynerchuk was. Why? I actually tried to open up I was very big into wine for many, many years. I knew a lot about wine. I was a big connoisseur. I went to France. I spent a lot of time. Gary Vaynerchuk, his family owned a winery. Oh, not a winery, a wine store in New Jersey. And if you go back at his original YouTube, he was a wine person. He used to do wine tastings and all this stuff like that before he ever got into the sports stuff. But he is the man in 2018 that said, listen, Pokemon is the next thing to start investing in. He started pushing Pokemon in fact, going to 2017 and 2018, he was pushing Pokemon to the sports card flippers. And he started, telling them, you got to get into Pokemon. This is where the next investment is. So I really put a lot of blame on Gary Vaynerchuk, telling people, you got to jump into the Pokemon thing. Start buying up now. Invest, buy. That's where I think the original first problem started, is when you had people going, look at that hobby. That's where money's going to be at. Go to it. And that's where I kind of put, if I'm going to place blame on anything, that's where I actually started at, not content creators. I'm on here, YouTube. I've been on YouTube for many, many years. I do this with my kids for fun. And now it's gotten a little more serious. Yeah, but we still do it for fun. And this is why I do it. You can't tell me what I'm doing is causing people to run out and buy more Pokemon cards.
And honestly, I mean, if you really think about it, you've had Leonhardt's been doing it for years and years and years. You've had Nate doing it for years and years. Primetime Pokemon has been doing it for so long.
The longest, probably.
And these issues weren't a problem before.
So the issue is, I'm going to interject just a little bit. So being on the inside now and not in knowing when. So Vivid Voltage was the first set that was printed within COVID, which is why it was super short, which is why you have yet to see that third print run that we were supposed to get. The second print run fell about 80% short of where it was supposed to. Yeah. It's why Champion's Path was super short. The sets are announced a year ahead of time. So distributors and those kind of people know what the cards are going to be, so they can kind of hype it up, but they can't say what's in it. But Vivid Voltage was the first one that we saw. My knowledge, Battle Styles is printed back like October, November timeframe. So like it's not printed a year ago. They're so short.
I said 6 months to a year ago.
Yeah, but it's not as, but people keep saying that it is printed beforehand, but it's not as far back as you think it is. Battle Styles didn't show up until legit right before stuff is supposed to be shipped. So the days of like, that printing is a problem when you're like, people aren't getting allocations a month out, because like what was one of the things that showed up, the Shining Fates, like some of the products didn't even show up until after release to distributors for the first time, because it just wasn't getting pushed out by Pokemon, because there was just last minute, distribution stuff. So
there was all that weather issues though too. There was all the weather,
not from North Carolina to South Florida.
Well, I know like Mad Al, they had all those issues in Kentucky, getting their stuff in.
But Pokemon used to send stuff out, talking with the distributors, like we used to get it a month in advance.
Yeah, now granted, I'm not trying to debate or argue, but you did only just start selling in August though. So if you start looking back, from my understanding from the other Adam that I know that I sometimes work for, it's, they used to get stuff a lot differently. So I think you're definitely right with COVID. I would say I was going to make a video on the company out of North Carolina, because you can actually go on there and you can actually see the stuff that they've printed. Not now, they don't have anything new up now, but if you look at stuff in some of the videos and you can zoom in and see the product, you can definitely tell they're easily 6 months to a year out. They had stuff printed waiting to be sent out, and then it gets ready for distribution. But I totally understand with COVID and with the factory being shut down, they're definitely probably behind it. Only and the printing is probably a lot less. But either way, printing is still typically done in advance. It's not like done like a month before they're supposed to drop a set out. They can't do that. It would be a horrible business. Pokemon would not stand for that either, because you said they lose money if they delay something. So they got to make sure that's all in advance. But I definitely can understand. Yeah, for sure. Vivid Voltage was be a part of that. And I can definitely understand with COVID, things have definitely changed. But to blame the issues all started in August of 2019 when the Hidden Fates dropped. And as Hidden Fates slowly grew into 2020, that's when the hobby of Pokemon started really getting hit hard with the investors and the flippers and the scalpers and the bots.
But I think there's one distinct difference between, let's say, the fall of 2019 into the spring of 2020 versus the fall of 2020 into the spring of 21. And that's the steady growth of Pokemon that these printing processes could keep up with. They could keep up with the new demand that was growing little bit by little bit every month. Whereas in 2020, the fall of 2020, when all of a sudden you got Logan Paul doing these breaks, you've got people just hyping it up left and right. And then, Champions Path touting this new shiny Charizard, and, you're getting all these sports guys getting into it for the money side of it. Now, all of a sudden you have this rocketing boom in popularity. And it's like you said, 6 to 12 months, they're printing these cards out. Well, their allocations, what they're printing is based on that slow growth that had been occurring, not ready for this like rocket to the moon popularity and growth that Pokemon was getting into.
And I made that argument before, that companies go by previous year's numbers to understand what's going on, as well as new research that lets them know. So yeah, I mean, if Pokemon, remember now, in 2019, the beginning of 2019, not late 2019, Pokemon was at its lowest point it had been in decades. You could get the Gold Star Charizard for like, I think someone said it was like $500 back then. That was early 2019, 500 or 1,000 for it back then. I can't remember exactly, but those really low. In fact, it was what's his name, the guy from Arizona that pointed it out, ZNG. ZNG showed the whole thing of how Pokemon was really down at the very beginning of 2019. So they definitely are going by numbers, as most companies do. They go by what's been happening in the market, and then suddenly, well, here's another great factor. Other than Zen, aren't most of us Pogo players? Isn't that how a lot of us got back in? Yeah, Pogo.
Well, that's kind of part of it though too, is because if you look at the trends from back in 2016 when Pogo Pokemon Go came out, I mean, there was that boom and popularity, but I think it was still somewhat of a steady growth, and you didn't have the pandemic where, these printing facilities were being shut down, and, there was just a hampering on the process of producing cards.
Well, Pogo came out when?
2016?
5 years.
That's
So XY.
That's when Steam Siege and Evolution started.
They were. I mean, it doesn't even matter because they were printing the shit out of that stuff, anyways.
Right,
So,
but that's what I'm saying. They were printing that stuff to keep up with demand, and it wasn't necessarily an issue. And you didn't have all those like sports guys and stuff trying to get into it to sell it because it was flooding the shelves. There was enough.
Well, 2022 is going to be great then.
Demand.
So
yeah, one can hope, right?
The biggest difference, though,
swimming in Pokemon cards.
The biggest difference between Hidden Fates coming out right fall of 2019 and to say the spring of 2020, dispensable income.
Yeah, another factor.
So who are the people that are collecting cards, right? Your average collector is between the ages of 25 and 35. What do the average 25 and 35-year-olds do? They go to bars, they go to eat, and they go on vacation. What are the three things you haven't been able to do since the spring of 2020? And who are all these people that are in the game? And I know, because a lot of these people are, our customers, are 25 to 35-year-olds that are young professionals that are making over $100,000 a year, that still have their jobs because they can do their IT work from home, that can't spend $50,000 to $60,000 a year on vacations and bars and restaurants. So where are they doing it? Yeah. They're sitting at home, they're watching YouTube videos, they're watching people open it, and they're like, oh, I'm going to buy into this. And what happens when more people start to buy into it? The market starts to go up. The other thing, and then that's why you see people like us, right? We're part of the problem. I will tell you that, is you've got a lot of other people that are like, Adam and I will tell you all day long, we started this as a joke. We thought this was going to last like a month or two, and then it just kind of was like, oh crap. So
I wish you were right.
But like, you just see all these people with this extra income that they can't do the normal stuff. Like, I mean, Adam's initial, I don't know if he probably fell asleep by now, but like his initial investment on this was the money that he got reimbursed because they had spent $10,000 for a family vacation to the Bahamas that got canceled. And he's like, well, I've got my buy into the company. And I was like, well, I've got mine because I ain't going anywhere this summer too. So, that's where our dispensable income to even start the company came from, was because we could do the stuff that we wanted to do during COVID. So the one outlier that is rarely talked about is the fact that the people that grew up with Pokemon, that are young professionals that have an asinine amount of money, still have their jobs, still have the same amount of money, but they just can't blow it on chasing women in bars right now. So they chase Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to go in bars, so I don't go to bars. I work in a dispensary, so there's my vice.
He already hates people.
Women are scary. Here is all of my investment capital. All of this.
Yeah. But most of the people that you've seen get into it since the spring, and like you talk to shop owners and stuff, they're like, we're seeing people, I don't know, one of the guys that buys from us and I talk with on a consistent basis, like, I mean, we cater to two people that are lawyers. Like, they're great people. I talk to the guy all the time, but like, they just
can't trust lawyers.
They can't just go out and do stuff, right?
And that's like, another great, excellent point, though. Yeah, definitely.
There's another guy that's here locally that is a regional director for a company that's making, and then his wife owns a investment firm. They're swimming in cash, and he just got back into Pokemon because it just kind of happened again. So,
I mean, Nightmare's telling us right now he makes a very good living. He's an at-home IT guy. Loot collector Gus down in Miami. He's another one. Right here we got Zen. Zen's another one. So yeah, I mean. Definitely, there's a lot of that's another big factor.
Except for that 100K part.
Well, you better talk to Nightmare then. Figure out what the hell's the problem.
Yeah, Zen messed up somewhere down the road.
No, he's got the same problem I do. He's not quite at the 100K mark there. So,
but I mean, you've also got people that are making just under that 150 threshold that are married, that have wives that didn't work, and then they have this like extra income that pops in right from stimulus checks and stuff, and it's like, well, we don't really need this for anything, so what kind of stupid stuff can we buy?
Well, not this time around, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, so let me ask you this, Adam. Do you think once the world kind of goes back to normal, somewhat normal, because I don't think we're ever going to go back to what we were.
We will.
I don't really want to bring politics into this, but, Joe Biden was talking about, July 4th, hopefully having everything kind of back to that place of normalcy. Do you think that this bubble that has been kind of created is going to pop and things are going to go back, start to like trend back down to where they were?
No, I think they'll plateau where they're at. So I don't think we're going to see it drop because it doesn't normally drop. Like, we're not talking about a housing bubble here that like people are just trying to liquidate like stuff. Like, people hold on to it. It's a collector's thing. Like, you've seen it with.
But do you think that like the scalping problem is going to still be there? 100. Do you think the shortages in product are still going to be widespread? And
so I think that the shortages in product, and this is speaking with distributor, the reason that they're doing the waves is to try and keep product in store. So instead of just like a mass dump, putting it out there and allowing these scalpers to just rip everything off the shelves, they're putting it in waves to try and have a steady flow. But I think that you will see more product. Part of it is like I live in North Carolina. We just now are getting to trying to get on Florida's page over here. But like, even like in like big factories and stuff like that, like the printing presses, like they weren't even allowing that many people up until, more recently to have more people in there. So that's part of it. And I think a lot of the shortage, the quote unquote shortage, is that I think they're still printing a lot more than we think they are. There's just so many people out there. Like I said, we're the problem. Like, how many PokeTubers have started up Pokemon businesses that have distributors and stuff?
Oh, so many people.
All of them except for like the four of us outside of you, Adam.
So only one good one
here.
So you have a lot of people that got in on it, and I can tell you, like, I talk to my rep twice a week at least. We have a really good relationship. I text him stupid pictures and stuff all the time, right? Like, it's kind of weird. But talking to him, he's like, there's so many people that get nothing. But like, if they get an opportunity to buy one thing, they buy it. And so you've got all of these new startups that just are treading water until the point of where it just doesn't make sense anymore. I think you're starting to see a lot of the flippers because of these waves that people are just like, I can hold out. And, Shining Fates ETB is not selling for 150. And then part of the problem is some of the distributors, right? We're selling, my distributor now, this is the first time it's ever happened to me, is selling Shining Fates ETBs to us for $60. Which is $10 above MSRP. But a lot of the other distributors, especially like Hidden Fates ETBs, Champions Path ETBs, are selling them at like, $40 to $50. And so you have, like, to make the profit or to make anything, you have to sell it higher than MSRP, right? So that's part of the problem, is that the distributors need to just be like, all right, let's kind of chill out. We're making enough as it is. But I think it'll normalize for the collectors. The other problem is, and it often gets overlooked, and I think Battle Styles is trying to rewrite the ship on this, but Pokemon has completely gotten away from its player base. You look at these sets, it's all collector sets. It's not players. They are adding to the issues and making, prime example, Vivid Voltage, right? It was a total collector set. The Darkness Ablaze, total collector set. So like, you keep going back, Rebel Clash, huge player set, right?
Anything with a Stunfisk.
And then it sucked. That's why.
But exactly, right? If you're not a player.
It sucked, but it sucked for collectors because there was no huge hit card in there.
True.
You didn't have a Charizard. There was no Charizard, so whatever.
I'm only saying it sucked because I got like no hits out of anything anyway.
But it was one of the most playable. Like, if you look, like, the reason that the set's starting to go up is because people are like, stuff's starting to open and people are playing again. And the cards in that set, super playable. So part of the problem is on Pokemon in creating these very collector centric sets. People chasing rainbow rare Pikachus that the full art one is like $800 in a 10 right now, right? So part of the problem is on them needing to get back to the player base, which I think Battle Styles does, because they add this new rapid strike, single strike, gimmick to the game. They're getting back to the roots of it's a players first, collector second, and hopefully that's the trend that we start to see, is getting back to the roots of it being a TCG and getting there. So part of the blame is on Pokemon, not for the printing portion, but stopping this collectors only type stuff. Like, it's cool to an extent, have 1 or 2 cards, but don't have a whole set full of them.
Well, you got to think that as someone who's seen R&D work, that these sets are probably 3 to 5 years planned out. They were a long time ago. They had already known what they were doing with that stuff. So they maybe at the time they were planning this stuff was during that low period of 16, 17, 18. Maybe they weren't seeing the player base and they were thinking maybe they got to do something then. I don't know. Maybe they've made changes. They can probably insert changes, take changes out. But yeah, I definitely agree. You can definitely tell they definitely have gone to the collector side here for a bit for a few of these sets.
Well, I know you weren't on at the beginning of this, Adam, but that was actually like my biggest point when talking about like Caribou and Randolph, was that at the core of it, this is a trading card game. It's not a collector set. It's a trading card game. And so I think that's 100% correct, though, is that they've been, I mean, what is it now, like 5 or 6 sets with Charizard in it? And I mean, they're just trying to cater to people that want to collect. And yeah, I'm kind of ready for them to go back to the ways of making this towards the actual player base. And part of me saying that is because I've been really, really, really getting into playing the game online a lot recently. And my local card shop said that they think, not with Battle Styles, but the next set, Chilling Reign, that they might be able to do like pre-release and then start back up their Pokemon tournaments again. So like, that's one thing I'm super pumped about. And I'm trying to like get back into playing the game so I can be ready when those hit, because I think I'm going to start entering in all those, like league tournaments and all that. But I'm glad they're getting back to the point of making like collectors second on that list, and I'm every bit of a collector as everybody else too, but at the end of the day, I think it's a game to be played, not necessarily a collector's game.
Vivid Voltage doesn't have Charizard, does it?
Sure it does.
I mean,
it does.
Besides a regular,
it has a regular one. Still has one. It had the
and the hollow
battle kits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
That was what really made Vivid
Forgot about
Voltage
that.
pop
Yeah.
too, was that build and battle kit thing. Which, by the way, I still have not got, and I'm salty.
Yeah, those battle kits were tough to get.
I opened really 10 of them, and I got like 5 Don fans out of 10 of them.
I've opened.
I only got
5. I've opened 5. I haven't gotten anything but Don Fan and Snorlax. But before, because I didn't know I was actually going to be getting the cases that I purchased, because everybody was canceling, and I was like, I'm never going to get these. I ended up just going on eBay and buying like the Charizards. I bought like 5 Charizards.
I regret not doing it, because there was one point somebody was selling like 3 of them for $70 each, and I was like, I really want that Charizard, and I know I'm not going to find these kits to keep opening. And I was just like, $70 is a lot for a card that's literally only been out for like 3 days. And I waited and I passed, and now they're like 150 plus.
Well, here's the thing. And I was looking at those prices, and I was looking at people were selling the build and battle kits for like almost the same price. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm just going to buy the Charizards, because the chances of me actually getting the Charizard 1 in 4 is not realistic anyways, because there's less Charizards than there are anything else. If you really,
tell that to my 10 kits I opened.
Every video I was watching, people were pulling like 2, 3, 4 of them out of there.
I had 4 in one case.
I got 1.
All right, listen here, sir. You need to stop.
It just happens, right? I think
I had 27.
Yeah, but Adam's got Charizard luck though. If you look at his hidden fates, and he don't count. He don't count.
Well, I think those 4 Zards you got in yours were replaced with Don Fan in mine. So,
well, the Lugias were actually probably are going to be more valuable than Charizard. Actually, I did get 3 Lugias, so
very nice card.
I don't think they're.
those.
I don't think they'll be more valuable because Charizard, I think, is always going to be more valuable.
So is
it
Lugia.
doesn't make sense. It doesn't make well. I mean, Lugia is very valuable, but Charizard always beats it out. And the only reason that, I mean, I would say it would make sense for the Lugia to be more valuable because it's, I think, harder to get. I mean, if you look at like the people that are opening them, I think more people are pulling Charizards than they are Lugias. However, Charizard is just always going to be number one in the value. That's just the way it is.
it always.
I actually considered buying. I love the staff cards, and I actually considered buying the staff ones, but they were like $1,000. Or was it $1,700 or $1,800 right when they came out? And I was like,
dude,
for 4
Safari
cards.
Zone was selling theirs for. It was the raw one. I think it was before they got it graded. They were selling theirs for like $1,200 or $1,300. And I'm like, for a card that's branded, like. I remember going to right, and that was before I realized they were stopping them. But I remember going to the Cosmic Eclipse pre-release tournament, and that was actually Adam. That was when I was down in Alabama when you first reached out to me, and I was like, "Who the heck's this dude?"
One of the weirdest, probably things.
Yeah, we have a very interesting story on how we met. But I was at a Cosmic Eclipse tournament, and they were just passing out those staff cards because they had so many of them, and they're like, "Yeah, these are worthless here." So I don't know. I don't know if I still have mine or not. It's probably somewhere in a box. I don't
even know what battle styles, which ones stamped cards come in them.
I don't see.
I don't know when battle styles is coming out.
Octillery, I think, is the only one that stood out for me. And it was, I mean, it's not even that great, but
yeah, I watched Ren's video. I was gonna say Ren got the 2 boxes he opened, I saw, but
I can figure it out.
I didn't see who the others were.
I bought one and I pulled Octillery out of it.
That's what I got. I only got the one, but I got the 3 extra kits, and they were actually really good to me.
Well, I know this. I have an entire sealed case of Team Up one. It better have Charizards in there. I'm gonna be pissed. Not that I'm probably gonna open it, but you know.
Bronzong's one of them again.
Yeah.
And then it's either Cherum or Tapu Bulu is the other one.
I really feel like they try to give Pokemon they know are going to receive 0 love at all into these pre-releases.
Yeah.
But,
they do not. They never give really good pre-release cards ever, like the stamp with the stamp. The building battles. They never really have like really epic ones. I mean, I think Vivid Voltage, honestly, with the Lugia, a Snorlax, and the Zard. I mean, they put 3 big ones. You know, they don't get those.
But then they had to, mud it up with Donphan.
The ones from Team Up were probably the 4 best, most solid ones because you had Charizard, you had the Zapdos, which was highly playable. Yeah, you had the Jirachi, which was highly playable, and you had the Nidoqueen, which was highly playable. So all 4 of them were absolutely perfect, especially because they were supposed to be used in the pre-release. Were probably the best ones.
Yeah, I was that one.
I remember that.
It's a good one, yeah. But yeah, I couldn't believe I opened that entire. Well, no, actually, I have 1 box left. I kept, so I have it up on the shelf back there.
I
only opened
the entire case.
9. I opened 9 of the 10.
And see, that's why I want one sealed build and battle from Battle Styles. I don't even care about opening anymore. I'm just going to buy the promo cards at this point because I'm not doing that again. But I just want one sealed one to fit on my shelf. I have all of them somewhere. I don't think I have them on my shelf yet, but I have all the Sword and Shield sets. I've got most of the Sun and Moon sets.
I was doing that with the build and battles. I've got a bunch of the Sun and Moon era.
Well,
it's cool.
But Adam's a big Team Up guy, though. Adam really likes Team Up. Even before, ever since I started following you, you always talk about Team Up.
It's a stupid heart card.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah,
we got it though. We got it.
The Latias and Latios. I never pulled that card. I pulled the full art, but never pulled the alternate though.
Oh yeah, it only cost me. I don't want to know.
I hate to do this to you guys, but
a lot of time.
I'm gonna have to drop out here soon. So
all right,
I told my coworker that I would show off the 2 cards that her daughter was so adamant in letting me have because she didn't have them in her collection. But McDonald's Oshawott.
Yes.
Ooh, nice.
And a Fennekin.
Very
cool.
nice.
Her mom bought a bunch of bulk off of eBay, or not eBay, but Amazon, which I immediately went, don't!
Oh,
I have
man.
somebody to contact for you. So I'm going to be referring to you, Adam. She's, because of me, asking for them to find these for me. Now her daughter's into collecting Pokemon, and now they're asking about my channel.
That's really cool.
Nice.
I told
That's
her,
how
like,
you grow, man.
so yeah, we are part of the problem. So
You've influenced somebody.
You've influencer. You're an influencer.
oh my gosh.
Off with the head. Off with the head.
I have
No,
to feed these
Pokemon's
kittens.
your problem. No.
So I gotta feed these
I
kittens.
got a little package in the mail today too. Bunch of the. Ooh.
Wow, nice.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I still don't have any of the McDonald's stuff. I don't have any of the cereal box stuff, and I don't have the jumbo ones. I'm missing out on all the goodies.
One McDonald's is all I ever found, and that was it. That one time, I still can't believe it. I went to like every McDonald's in Atlanta, and it was only one.
Are they still doing it? Are they still selling
Mine
it?
are all done.
Done.
Yeah, there's none available.
But I'm hearing that McDonald's still have the cases at the store at the places.
Some of them do. If they have any left over, then they'll sell them to you, for whatever, $2 a piece or whatever they are. But good luck finding them. I went to 5 different Walmarts. I went to 5 different McDonald's just to find a couple of them because I'm missing 2 cards for my set. Not the Pikachu, surprisingly. And they were all sold out. They were talking about how people came in and bought them by like the case loads as soon as their promo ended.
Which is funny because they say they weren't allowed to sell them that way, but then you saw them all on eBay.
After it was over with, though.
Yeah, it was after their promotion time ended.
Well, right on, guys.
See you, Sudon.
Bye, Sudon.
Thanks for having me. All right, have a good one.
Later.
Be excellent.
Oh wow, I didn't realize it's midnight. Holy cow!
Yeah.
Well,
Friday night.
We could probably wrap this up. Thanks again, Toxic Rogue Gaming, for the $5 super chat. Really
Dude,
cool.
Toxic Rogue's been dropping money tonight.
Yeah,
hey,
man.
Highlights, man.
So if I can take 1 second, because I can probably do this in 120 seconds. Leo asked the question about bulk, right? Earlier. So you're talking about bulk prices not going up. So here's the thing. The problem is that there's about 5 people or companies that control about 90% of the bulk, right? So it takes a lot of time to count it. It takes a lot of time to get rid of it, right? We tried doing it ourselves, and it wasn't working. It was so time consuming. I don't have employees. It's just myself at the moment, right? So the big thing with bulk is that like these groups that control all the bulk will buy it off of those of us that have it. And it's generally for like a cent higher than what we give people. And the problem is that not everybody can get into it. Because I was talking to Travis about this recently. Like, are you going to get into it? He just doesn't have the capital to be able to do it. And so about 95% of our profit margin is wrapped up in bulk at any one point until they can come and pick it up. In some of these places, the one that we use, we have to have 250,000 cards on hand before they will come and get it.
Wow.
And some of the other ones are like 500,000 cards on hand. So you're talking like, 250,000 cards. If it's mixed from everything without, if you take the ultra rares out of it, if it's the average, you're talking about you're sitting on anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000 worth of your own money in bulk before you can get rid of it, right? And so you're talking about like almost $30,000 for the people that need to have $500,000 to pick it up, right? So, and it's just so time consuming to try and put packages together and get it up there and get your name out with it, that these people have tons of employees to sort it and get through it all. And that's why the bulk prices really haven't changed. I think bulk is affected a little bit because we definitely don't get as much as we used to. And I know Danny's my mentor. I don't think he's doing 1.5 million cards a month like he was there for a while. But the big process is just accumulating it enough to pick it up. And then if you don't have enough, like say you're sitting on 200K, they're not going to come pick it up. Like now you're sitting on $10,000 worth of your own money and just trash that you can get rid of. So, that's part of the bulk thing, is just that the prices haven't changed because those of us that are basically middle manning these bulk sales for these guys, their prices haven't gone up. And so until they start paying us more for them, we can't go up. And most of us fluctuate right around in that same area. We may be higher in one level where somebody else is a little bit lower. We may be lower in one level where somebody else is higher, but it about on average evens out. And that is the big thing with bulk, is that the people that are buying it from us in mass they haven't gone up in their prices, and it's just getting tougher. Like they came and picked mine up today, and we traded off almost 500,000 cards, but that's a lot of money that I was just sitting on that I can't liquidate myself until we try and do it quarterly. But that's the thing with bulk, is that that's the hardest part, that everybody just thinks we get it and then we just turn around and we sell it all. That's not how anybody does.
Oh no! Oh, I know how it works. For most of you guys, I know how it works for most sellers. Yeah.
So I'm curious for you guys that are, sorry, Harley, real quick. For you guys that are middle manning the bulk, like, is it really worth doing it? I mean,
so what does it come down to? It comes down to, for every 100,000 cards, you make $1,000.
Right.
Doesn't sound like it's worth it then. Yeah. That doesn't sound like it'd be worth it at all, to be honest.
That's if you're commons and uncommons, right? So it depends on where you get it. And then you also have to remember, like, if you're really smart about it, we've done almost 6,000 total sales on TCG Player. So we're TCG direct sellers. So we put all of our stuff up on TCG Player. We don't even ship our TCG orders anymore. TCG Player fulfills all of our orders, and then once a week they send us a list of all the cards that we have to sell them back. And so you can buy some of these cards at 3 cents and sell them for 20 cents to $1, depending on what they are. Sometimes a little bit more. Sometimes you get really lucky, but there's a lot of work that goes into that, and sorting and that kind of stuff. So that's where the profit margin of it works. But the thing that bulk does that often gets overlooked is the fact that if you offer it and you take it in, you have more people visiting you and visiting your website, and your turnover ratio is better, right? So you sell a pack. I was talking to my father about this today. He's like, I don't get this whole thing, right? You sell a pack for $4 and somebody doesn't get what they want in it, right? You buy it back for $1 to $1.50, right? Depending on what they pull. And then you get $1, let's just say you get $1.75 back for that. And so like you get where, like, I think you all know me, I'm super like transparent about everything that we do, and that's where you see that it works,
right?
But no pun intended, it has to work in bulk. Like nothing in Pokemon works if you just do it in little pieces. And that's why a lot of these newer sellers just can't get through. Where Adam and I got really lucky is we gambled big time. We bought a lot of stuff that people didn't want to buy just to get our allocation numbers up. And we were lucky that we were able to dump most of the stuff that we bought.
Right.
But, and the bulk guys also give us sealed product. That's why I have I have 7 cases of battle styles early, because part of our thing is that we get stuff from them. So they help with us fulfilling orders and whatnot. And we get the product at our normal distributor prices, and so it's not like we're paying up prices from them and stuff like that. That's what it all works out. But you really have to do like big time numbers for it to work, and that's why you haven't seen bulk numbers go up yet. And in bulk is really like you gamble on bulk hoping that card prices are up, and if people aren't playing, your playable card prices aren't enough to really make it work. So
right.
But it's going to come around anyways, because if they're not getting bulk because people aren't trading in bulk for whatever reason or whatever the case may be, they're going to have to start. They're going to have to up their prices once again. I mean, it's all value. Everything's value based anyways.
Absolutely.
But it just drives me nuts that the value of Pokemon is going up overall, but the bulk is still staying at the same. So the MJ Holdings of the world and the Fairfields and all these companies who are using the bulk so they can resell things like that. Yeah, it's got to eventually start coming up. But I have noticed a couple places. I'm not going to say their names on here, but they've already started upping their prices a little bit more on bulk. And maybe it's getting more competitive for bulk too. I don't know. I mean, I've only sold my bulk to three places total. And since I've been doing bulk, so I've never really ventured out to too many other places. So, but I know like when I made my bulk video a couple months ago, man, I had people DMing me left and right. I had some dude from Texas saying he would drive here to pick my bulk up. I'm like, dude, it's only like 20,000 bulk here. He's like, yeah, man, I'll get it for you. I'm like, don't worry about it. I said, I've already promised to somebody else. And I was like, didn't you watch the video? I mean, I told you where I was going with my bulk. But it's
just saw bulk and that was it.
Yeah, but I got hit up quite a bit for people with the bulk, but I definitely think prices should be going up because the overall value of the market is going up. It's like, well, if the market's going up, then the bulk should too. I'll admit, I tried putting some lots together and selling some stuff. I think I sold maybe 2 or 3, and I said, fuck it. Oops, sorry, can I say that?
Definitely.
Yeah. I was like,
listen, we're 3 hours into this thing. I don't think anybody is going to be watching this.
Yeah. I was like, it was a lot of work, man. It was.
But I mean, and Leo asked about, Mo asked about energies. That's why we take energies. It's to get that higher, get as close to 500K as you can, right? To up it. But we sold probably 1,000 100-pack mystery things on Mercari, and it was awful. Like sitting there trying to make these 100-card packs, I was sitting there. Like it got to the point of where, Danny reached out to me and he's like, hey man, stop this. He's like, I got you. And he helped me out getting in touch with one of these groups that picks it up. And luckily our guy's in North Carolina. So all I have to do is just call him and he's here within 4 hours. But, which is just lucky for me. But, at the end of the day, like it's so much work. It's so much
it work. It is a lot of work to do that. Right. And especially, I tried to do something a little different from other people because I did my investigative work on some stuff, and I think a couple of my things sold, but it would take even more work than what you were doing because I was trying to do it with less cards and get more value out of them. But it takes more time to go through all that stuff, and that's why I just said screw it. So I stopped that like 3 months ago, and I even tried, and I was like, screw it, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. It is a lot of work for it, but I do think the value though should. I was really upset when the value changed because remember it was in August of 2019, Hidden Fates. When most places, it was 1,400 cards would get you a booster box. And then suddenly, I remember Darium's was like, well, unfortunately, everything's changing and we got to double. So it went to 3,000. And then I think it even went up to some places were charging 3,500 for bulk. And it was just like, but I understood because at the time, they were getting an influx of bulk and they didn't need to sell for that. But now with the value changing, the market changing again, you would think that everything would start coming back. Because basically, history repeats itself. So it's going to come full circle again eventually.
Well, I think some places are taking it for like 2,700.
Well, I said some places have already started changing their bulk pricing. So, but it doesn't really matter when they're not selling the booster boxes for $92 or $100 anymore. They're up to $130, $140.
Yeah, then it doesn't. There's a lot of places that may do the 2,000 to the 2,700 to 3,000, and it's like a limited number for pre-release only. It's not like an all the time type.
Yeah, that's kind of the caveat.
Because I know the reason why they do that. But it's like, so the way we tried to change the bulk game was that no one else, and I could be wrong, but no one else is doing what we're doing. We offer it for we issue you a gift card on the website and you can use it for anything that we have.
Yeah, which is one of the standout things that would make that when I compared a bunch of you guys together, there were different, trying to show people, look, there's different things. Like, yeah, most of them you can only get one set or maybe two sets from them. The one people I used to do a lot of bulk with, I'm not gonna say their name on them here now, but they completely changed. You know, they used to offer everything too, and now they're like, nope, you trade in bulk. This is all you're gonna get. This
issue you a gift card. We have a lot of people. We have 2 people in particular that trade in 3,000 cards a month just to get their stuff graded. Like, you can use your bulk for grading services if that's what you want to do. So, you know, that was the way that we tried to change it. And then I think for Shining Fates was the first time we did it. If you traded in bulk and you kept your gift card and you could pay for at least one item, like, we gave bulk gift card holders first access to everything. And so you were the front of the line for buying Shining Fates, and that got our numbers like up big time. And it made my life a living hell because I was counting bulk for about 6 hours a day for almost 2 weeks.
Damn, that's a lot of bulk, man.
Yeah.
How do you trust, like, now you've seen the way I do my bulk, but I've seen people like Zen who throw it in a box and then drop it off.
Rob's the same way.
Listen, if I got to sort my damn bulk, I'm going to sort my own bulk and then sell the cards, you know?
Rob throws his in a trash can and then dumps them in a box.
Oh my God. See, I wouldn't, most of the places don't accept bulk that way though.
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's what I do. I would count mine out in hundreds and put them in stacks. And then I would put, like, for every 1,000, in a box, I would put like a sheet of paper over top and write, 1,000 commons or something, and then start my next set of them and get to another 1,000 and just keep doing it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's how I did my bulk when I turned it in. I separated it by hundreds, and then I got to the store, and I was like, I've got everything nice and separated and all this stuff, and the dude's like, here, just put it in this box. I was like, damn. All that work, and he's like,
for nothing.
He's like, I mean, we're not even going to count it. As long as it fits in the box, it's 1,000. We're good. I was like, all right, cool. So,
yeah, it's a tough thing to deal with. I mean, I watch Danny's videos as well on that stuff, and when he talks about that stuff. So, I mean, he's like, yeah, you guys can make money. Well, yeah, but I mean, you can't have a job. You need to be at home 24/7. You got, I mean, it's a lot of work to do the bulk stuff. And especially, I mean, if you get people, I guarantee you got to have people who are sending in bulk that's trash that, I know everybody that I sent my bulk into, the rules were always very specific. Don't you dare send us crappy stuff. And it better be bundled, no rubber bands, that type of thing. That's why when I started my bulk right away, I just like, I'll buy, the sandwich wrap crap, and it made it so easy just to wrap it. You do your 100 piles, boom, boom, boom. There you go. The problem with bulk, and Adam knows, I talked to him the last time I had the bulk. It's the shipping, man. When you start, most people don't save up more than $3,000, maybe $6,000 of bulk. When you start getting up to $20,000 in bulk, I mean, you just saw me with that thing's at least 80 pounds right there. So it's very heavy to ship that bulk, and it gets caught, and you don't want to lose money. It's all it is. You don't want to lose money on it. That's why I took my bulk to the same place that I know Loot Box. It's one of our sold card shops we have here in Atlanta, and they hooked me up, but their prices were also like almost double of everything.
That's why us buying this brick and mortar store changes that. Because, like, when Rob does pack breaks for us, right, and he sends the bulk, I just did what?
I'm just saying
72-pound box from UPS worth of bulk, and it only costs $35. So
you completely cut out. What'd you say? Are
you there?
Yeah, we hear you.
We didn't hear you say what you said. Something about pounds, though.
So it was a 72-pound box that was all bulk. But if you ship it UPS, it was like $35. And so we can't do it right now. Really? Once we have the brick and mortar store and we have a physical store location, you can use places like UPS, and the shipping is exponentially cheaper if you are sending in that much.
Wow. Well, we get a 75% discount with FedEx, so
I don't know. I always found
it'll be
like,
it'll be a FedEx box you see coming.
I just kind of found the sweet spot because there was, I think when I first started doing bulk, I was sending kind of like you, Harley. It was like 15 to 20,000 per box, you know, and I was paying, you know, about $50 to ship it. I mean, in the end, to me, that's still worth it because I was getting like 4 or 5 booster boxes out of it, you know. But then the last time I did it, I only sent, I think, like 10 to 12,000, something like that. And it only cost me $20-something to ship. And that's where I was like, okay, that's kind of like the happy medium right there, is just to kind of keep shipping them at the 10,000 card rate, because that's where I'm getting the most value for my time and money.
Large flat rate boxes is probably the best way that you can go, especially like I think pirate ship is what a lot of people use. It's like, I think it's $19 to ship a large flat rate box. So.
Yeah, I mean, before they always tell you like you get those little flat rate box, you just pack them in and you just do as many as you can. I tried to ship them one time as media mail, and they opened it. They're like, "What is this?" I said, "They're cards." They're like, "No, you can't ship this. It's got to be books." I'm like, "But it's cardboard. It's the same thing as a book." He's like, "Nope, can't accept it." He was, you know,
it's paper.
I'm like, "It is though. It's paper on top of paper and cardboard, same as a book." You know, yeah. So I learned a long time ago I think that was when I first went to send to like Darium's one time.
My freight says textiles, so nobody knows what's in it.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I think the dumbest thing you can do. Well, I don't want to say that. I was gonna say, well, Adam knows how me and Zen feel about getting our stuff sent with the giant Pokemon box on it. It's not. I definitely. In fact, I just got my Pokemon Center box came with my binders. It was opened. I mean, the binders were there.
Oh, mine too.
Yeah, it was opened. It's like, why is my box open?
Yeah, and it Pokemon tape.
Well, they put other tape over the Pokemon tape. Whoever opened it, they probably thought there were cards in there.
No, mine was just, they didn't even do that. Mine just looked like it was, I mean, I took video of it. It was like just completely open. And I'm standing outside of my house. Yeah, it was like, no, it was open. I'm like, I'm standing outside of my house because I had just gotten home. And I'm looking at the box. I'm like, what in the hell happened? Did somebody walk by and try to like and steal my stuff? And I'm looking and I opened it up. Everything's inside. So I don't know what the hell they were doing.
Repackaged everything.
No, I was confused. I'm like, they didn't steal the $75 jacket that I bought. I guess, well, it's because I'm in South Florida. Nobody needs a freaking jacket.
What's wrong with this guy here?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Pikachu jacket. Who needs that shit? You know?
Yo, that's kind of nice, though.
I think it was really cool. This is the 25th anniversary jacket.
That looks like an old starter jacket.
It looks like 1980s.
Dude, it does. That's like straight from the 90s.
Starter. Yeah.
I'm like going to wear this once a year.
It kind of looks like felt.
Yes. Zen, when are you going to wear that?
No, literally, it's going to be once a year, and it might never happen. Who knows?
I mean, does it even get below 60 degrees?
He got it. He wanted it. He got it. It's all that matters.
Listen, I thought it looked really cool. I thought it was a nice little thing to have, and it was 25th anniversary, so I bought it.
Well, Adam.
Yeah, hey, I don't blame you one bit. Well, it looks nice.
I mean, you know, PC Adam. I got so many freaking Adams anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah.
PC and Adam. Because you know,
name.
we talk all the time. Well,
get some name changes in here.
He had people who had messaged him telling him the same thing. Like when he had, you know, some people said they didn't give a care how he sent it to him. So when he sent the actual box, you know, that the cases come in, you know, they were broken into or they got damaged. But the biggest factor is when, you know, you don't want someone seeing and reading what's on that box. So they go, oh, Pokemon cards, you know. I mean, before nobody gave a crap and it would make fun of you. Oh, that house got Pokemon cards. What nerd lives there? But now people see Pokemon cards. Oh, there's probably a couple $1,000s there. And, you know.
Yeah. Oh, they rich.
It's a lot more scary now, I think, to ship with anything that has Pokemon on the box at all. You just can't trust people. It sucks it's gotten that way. But I mean, I don't mind paying. I told you, Adam, I don't mind paying an extra $1 or $2 if you have to go buy a piece of another cardboard to stick it in. If you want me to pay, I'll pay it. I told Adam the same thing. I'm like, dude, I'll give you the extra couple bucks to to put it in another box, but I just don't want people stealing it. That's my biggest worry.
Right. I've started putting printing labels over the actual Pokemon labels that are on there, so you can't tell. That's the best way that I found.
Yeah.
If I repurpose Pokemon,
but now see, as a collector though, well, I'm more of an opener.
No, I'm saying when I'm reusing the boxes. So if somebody
when you're reusing,
I will put the box in another box. But like if I'm reusing, say, a ETB case that I'm just putting a bunch of other stuff in, I'll slap a label over the.
Yeah, that's makes perfect sense. I mean, yeah, nothing wrong with that. But no, but I mean, I had something. DA Card World like a year and a half ago, and I ordered something from them, which I'll never order from DA Card World ever again. But when I ordered some, they slapped the thing on the label. I'm like, well, you kind of ruined the box for me now. I tried to pull the label off, the whole freaking thing just came right off, and I was pissed because it's like, well, maybe I didn't want to. I was going to open it anyways, but what if I didn't want to open it? Is just my thing. So it kind of ticked me off, but. Which the reason I'm not going to order from DA Card World because they're scalping people just like the scalpers are, and that really ticks me off. Especially because DA Card World is technically they're listed as a wholesaler. I know how much they're getting their stuff for. At least I know their E-League trainer boxes for, and so they're doing nothing but what the scalping people are doing. So that really ticks me off. Like Adam, you said you're getting your box for $60. Well, DA Card World's getting theirs for $25 to $30 because they're also buying 5 times more than what you're getting, but yet they're still selling for $100. No, I'm only getting them for
$60 because the initial release is over with. But I can tell you, it's far less than $60 for my allocation ones.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like I said, I work, sort of work for the other Adam, so I know kind of things that go on, but DA Card World. It's a whole different story. They're huge. They're buying way more than you guys are. So because they're buying more, their amount is going to be less. Why are they flipping on their website? That's absolutely insane. Collector's Cash is another one. Collector's Cash is flipping. Collector's Cash I used to buy a lot from in the beginning.
Well, they've always been expensive. They've always been more expensive than everybody else. But
now, a little older stuff, but not new stuff.
Yeah. But
now it's new stuff right off the bat now.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I understand. Hey, you know what? When something's out of print, I think we used to always say, 6 months to a year, you gotta expect you're gonna pay more because that's just the way the collecting world goes. But when you're talking about brand new products straight out the gate, and someone like a shop as big as they are, straight up, selling for 2 to 3 times the amount, that's just so insane, man. Crazy. That was my little rant for the night. Wait.
By the way, for the folks that are watching, the Hydro Pump still has the Urshifu boxes in stock. If you guys are looking to get some,
there's going to be a lot more stuff this week.
Was that?
We're going to have a lot more. There'll be a lot more stuff on this week.
Oh, okay.
Well, I have to talk to you, Adam, because you are definitely, now that we're hopefully, are we getting stimulus money or not?
We are. For you guys should. If I'm getting it, you're getting it.
I don't work, so I better get some money.
If I'm getting it, you're getting it.
So once I will finally have this shipped out. I actually, if you could pan the camera over, I still got like about 8 more piles of crap I have to deal with over here, and there's a couple more over there. So. But I think I got maybe around 15 to 20,000 again. Not as much as the last time, but it's a good amount.
Nice.
I don't have any battle styles. Ordered. I have nothing ordered because it's just been a crap year for us.
Just text me with what you need. That's usually what Zen does. He hits up me or Adam. So.
Oh, really? Is that what Zen does, huh? Zen, you gotta give me that. No.
Hey, Adam. Are you going to be getting any more of the Shining Fates, the Crobat and Dragapult boxes?
Hit me up offline.
Okay. Offline.
I have my personal ones that I'll let go. So,
so Walmart today was supposed to get some of them from talking to the distributor, and they got one of each. Mm-hmm. And of course, the 15 different sports scalpers there all fought over those 2 boxes. So I was like, I don't think I'm going to get these boxes.
Zen, you got them from us, right?
Which ones were?
The Crobat and Dragapult boxes, the premiums.
Oh, I didn't get any of those either. Yeah.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah, you got them. But yeah, just hit me up offline.
Were they up on your website for very long? Because I don't remember even seeing
they
them.
were never up. We shut the website. So to combat bots, we sell everything through the Discord. So we drop the website and it's password protected, and you have to.
That's right.
You have to get into the website with the password, and then we individually invoice people for what they want, and so the bots can't buy anything.
I do remember that now, and I remembered I was also working when you dropped them, and I could not get them. So that's why.
We got hit. We did for the initial Shining Fates release. We just did the password protected. We didn't do the invoicing, and somebody gave the password out to a bunch of bot people, and the bots bought our whole stock out in 5 minutes. And then Adam said
that was a
fiasco. Adam went in and canceled 220 orders of Shining Fates.
He was doing that.
People didn't get any of it.
That's good though. I mean, that's really good.
Well,
and
PC's having the same problem. PC's having the same problem. It's these bots, man, are insane. Well, Zen and I, we got into an online argument with this guy who.
What
was that one? I can't.
It was. What was it about?
Well, it was about bots. He was sticking up, but whose live was that on, or who was he? He was commenting on some. Oh, Darium's.
I was gonna say that was on Twitter, wasn't it?
Yeah. It
was Twitter.
Darium's basically said he's not gonna take anybody's crap anymore about him raising prices, and this guy jumped in and said a bunch of crazy stuff, and then, basically he got into a war with Zen. And then I just went and looked him up and saw that he's a member of like several different bot communities and all stuff. And then we caught him and busted him, as being a supporter of bots. And then
he retraces himself.
And then he retraced him. Yeah. Did some karate moves, retraced himself, and tried to walk back as fast as he could. And then he was next thing he was on our side. He's like, oh, I got.
Who he reminded me of? Randolph.
Yeah. It was actually a funny interaction because it all started off with, he was defending the scalping and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just like, the only people doing the defending of the scalping are the people that are actually scalping. And he was like, well, I went and bought from like 6 different stores and I bought them all out and this and that. And he was, claiming that he had done that. So I was like, well, then you're part of the problem. It's like, well, I'm not the only one doing it, so it's not my problem.
And then he kind of went back into, I only got like 1 box from this store, and I only got 2 tins from the other store. Like, totally, you bought them out though, huh?
Totally walked back. Everything he said was like, dude, you understand? We can screenshot everything you just said. I mean, what are you doing? Like,
but you know what the best part of that was? Him following you at the end of it.
Yeah.
Why would you follow me? I was
he's got to give you those thumbs down every time you put up a video. So,
well, I was the meanest. I was the meanest one. I was the one called because I was the one who went and looked him up. I'm like, well, all his information's in here. He's a sports card flipper. He's into the Pokemon now to flip. It was all on his Twitter.
The funny thing is, he actually claimed, "I don't use bots." And then Harley goes in there and he looks at his Twitter and it's literally it's just retweets from bots. And it's like, yeah, dude, really? Like, come on.
Yeah, but you don't use them, right?
Yeah, you don't use them. You just retweet all the tweets from the bots. It's a little suspicious.
So, we have our mods in the Discord constantly looking at new people that come in, and we'll actually run checks to see if they run bots for anything, and if they do. So we get a lot of emails. Hey, why were we banned from your Discord? Like, we can't do anything. We can't even try to join back. And it's like, hey, what was your name? And then we'll go back and we'll check the people that are looking at it. And they're like, oh, they were running bots, and they take screenshots of it. So we know, and we'll email them back and we'll be like, you got caught running, purchasing bots for one thing or another. And we're not about that. And so you're not going to be part of the community and have an opportunity to buy stuff. So
yeah. Tell them to make better life choices.
Hey man, we're OGs of you guys. How come we're not How come we're not part of this Discord? Mafia going on over here.
Why aren't you in there?
I mean, I'm in the Discord.
I
so.
can't.
Ren is. Zen is too.
It's just you, Harley.
I can't do Discord. Dude, there's just like I'm already a member of. No joke. I wonder if it's for somebody else. I'm literally a member of like 30 Discords. I can't keep up with Discord. Everybody wants a Discord. Zen wants a Discord. Henry wants a Discord. Ren
I muted theirs. I go and I check stuff every once in a while, but I don't get into anything.
I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, I mute everybody's Discord. I've got all of them muted.
That's exactly what I did. So a lot of them I just.
I even have my own muted.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah,
I'm like, stop it.
Unless I'm added, I don't see it. I'll just.
I don't have to.
Later on.
Listen, I don't have to mute my own Discord because nobody freaking talks in it. So
I tried to.
By the way, y'all, I have a Discord. If anybody wants to join.
Well, I asked today. I said, "When's this Leonhardt thing happening?" With him doing his thing, and I was like, "Well, instead of asking somebody, why not just get off my butt and go look myself?" So I went to his Discord. The only time I ever go in there is just to post my links, and I do. But hold on now, I do look at other YouTubers though. I do look to see if there's anybody that I might enjoy watching. So I do look at people's stuff, but I go on there and if I'm like in general trying to see if anything's posted, and everyone's like, "Where's Leonhardt?" And I see the mod saying, "Oh, Leonhardt's never here. He never participated. I'm like, well, why the hell does he get a Discord then? Why do you guys market it that way if he's never here? Oh, he almost never ever posts in here." I'm like, well, this is like, why would you even have one then? Like,
I kind of feel like that's the same way with Nate's. I don't think I ever see Nate on his. And granted,
Nate is only up, and Nate will only. Zen may be able to answer this. He only answers between like midnight and 3 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm typically going to bed by that point, so.
Yeah,
he's a night owl.
I just can't do Discord, man. It's just there's too much going on in Discord. There's too many conversations.
I just don't have time.
Yeah. You see me, I live 24/7 in a car driving kids to soccer games. People are like, "Did you watch my video today?" I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta get to your video." I mean, it's so hard to keep up with it all anymore, man. I just you
gotta do what I do. I just tell people, look, if I can get to it, I get to it. Even if it's a few months late, but I'll get to it.
Adam has I didn't even know Adam has a Discord, the other Adam, and like I said, I help do his website for him sometimes or make stuff for him. I didn't even know he has a Discord. I'm like, "You have a Discord, dude?" Like, I didn't even know. He's like, "Yeah."
Ours is booming.
So
ours is
I do have to say, I think between yours and loot boxes are like the only two that I'm like somewhat kind of active in. About the only two that I check on a somewhat regular basis. So,
but in terms,
whose Discord died is David Persian, the guy who came on as being like he was being pushed by like Rusty at TCA Gaming and all this. He was supposed to be the #1 Pokemon collector like in the entire world, and he's like an uber wealthy guy. And
I've never heard of him.
You never heard? Yeah, David Persian. Zen knows who I'm talking about. His Discord is dead. That thing went. I don't know what happened, but
he's still getting more action than I am.
Yeah, still gets more action.
But
he could probably afford it still.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he became a seller is what he did, and then he was trying to do breaks, and people were mad at him for doing all that stuff, and then I haven't seen him do anything since. So I don't know. I still drop my link in there though. I get my
just in case.
I get my 50 views.
You gotta get yourself promotion in there. Oh, look, you are the only one actually.
Yeah, I'm the only one. I wasn't joking.
You're literally the only one posting in his self-promotion area.
I make sure when I have a video, I take my link, I copy it, I go all down to 40 Discords that I'm involved. You gotta remember, I'm also involved in like a whole bunch of Pokemon Go ones back when I used to run Pokemon Go and crap. So those are all there. It's just too much, man. I can't. I shut Discord off.
Look, I have Harley as a moderator on my Discord, and he's worthless.
Dude, you guys tried to, hey, to show you how bad it is, they tried to get
he doesn't even go in there and say hi like every once in a while, you know.
He was just like, wait, what's Discord?
Well, you guys tried Henry, they tried to get me to be part owner of the Discord. It's like, dude, I'm telling you right now, you guys know I don't go to Discord. I can't be an owner. It's not right. It would be unfair. But I do go into, I'll actually go into the hydro pumps and I'll see who's chatting in there. And when I see it's just regular stupid crap, I'll bounce out. But it's just too much. Discord is way too big now. It's too much. I don't even do Facebook. I don't even have Facebook page.
Well, I'm actually going to have to stop, messaging you guys on like Twitter, and then just have you guys like interact on my Discord, because you're all moderators. I've got Ren, I've got Sudon, I've got Harley, and they don't say a damn word on my Discord, but we're constantly talking on Twitter. So I'm just gonna have to shut you guys out and just go to Discord.
I will tell you now,
you're gonna lose me.
Gotta get in there.
Twitter's gonna be better just because I get on there and like I actually do stuff on there. I can, even if I'm not even making my own genuine post, I can retweet something else, like newsworthy. I mean, if you look at my Twitter history for like the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's basically just retweeting like Poke Guardian and stuff, because I don't have time to sit there and make tweets all day long. So,
yeah.
But the problem is when you get into the open. So the Twitter is a private thing for us because we have our private group.
Yeah.
When you get into the open, I start getting bombarded with sub to me, sub to you crap. Like I showed you guys today, that guy that posted my thing.
Yeah,
and,
sub for some.
Yeah, and it's like that's been going on a lot, and it's been happening a lot more lately. And I'm like, I do go look at the channels, but I mean, unless you're really blowing me away, I've already got my group of people that I pretty much kind of stick to and watch.
Well, Momo says, Zen, I was the only one active on your Discord. And that is very true. However, Momo left me for Henry, so.
Henry threw Zen under the bus and started his own Discord because.
Well, I mean, it's fine. Honestly,
it was fine.
It was one of those things where it was like he wanted control over his own Discord, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That's fine. I mean, I didn't have a problem with him joining my Discord because I didn't have a lot of traffic in there anyways, and I figured it could help to have him on there. And then, he did his thing for a while, and my only caveat to him being on the Discord was you got to run stuff by me as far as like decision making to make changes to the Discord, which I don't think is a big ask, since technically my Discord. but he wanted the full ability to make his own changes, and I was like, all right, cool, no worries, no hard feelings there.
But I have 2 crib monsters that are going to be up in about 5 hours, so thank you guys for having me. Thanks for letting me hang out and chit chat. I'm going to peace out of this one.
Well, I think we're all pretty much done here. So, yeah. But I definitely appreciate you jumping on. I wasn't expecting to have you on here, but it was a cool surprise to have you here.
I was just watching on the phone. That's why I said, how is he out here if he's doing the break? I was just watching.
But I do appreciate all you guys joining, and Sudon as well, which left early. But thank you so much, guys, for hanging out. Yeah. And thanks to everybody who was watching. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys.
You're all crazy for staying this long.
Yeah.
3 hours than we are.
3 hours and 42 seconds. 3 hours and 42 minutes.
Wow.
All right.
That's a long time.
Well, we'll see you guys later.
Peace out. Peace out.